Here. Hello, Jen?
Governor?
How are things?
Yeah, quiet.
The day has just begun.
Yeah. He's just in the exit shuttle for a bit. I don't know. Oh, there he goes.
Yes. Honestly, I'm not entirely certain what needs to be done today. If anything needs to be done today.
I don't believe so. I know B's not
Actually,
supposed to be here, or at least not at
yes,
least till late of the day.
I did see that message. We do need to finalize that contract with Valkyrie, and we need to go check on Traverse as well.
Right.
That doesn't have to include you if you are busy, at the very least.
I have like 2 things I need to do, but not
Well,
super prevalent. Job comes first, after all.
might as well check on the offices in the meeting room in case anyone is in there.
I haven't seen anybody. Pretty sure Ark is just still in our room.
It at least was a bit of a habit of mine, last year.
In the office by yourself to see if anyone else was there?
Yes, unfortunately, there weren't too many people that were regularly up here. But just in case, I usually checked.
Yeah, well, we're like the other people, because I'm the newest one of the bunch, and you're clearly the oldest.
Well, there was Koizogen. Don't know where he went off to. He is, I believe, still the head of security.
I mean,
Unless his,
if that's the case, he's doing kind of shit, because I've basically been doing that for the past couple of days.
I do wonder where he is.
Isn't that your office?
I believe that is Mr. Goldman's, actually.
Isn't Goldman the CEO of Geb?
But he is also the president of the board.
That doesn't seem favorable to the others.
I believe that the result of these stocks in the next number of weeks, I believe. It's entirely possible that the CEO of whichever corporation has the highest prices, they will become the next president for until the next one is announced or decided upon.
So that's why they give so much of a shit about the stocks.
That is one of the reasons, at least. But yes, last year, Geb was the highest prices by the point of determination.
Well, in that case, where is Mr. Goldman? I only heard his name once, and apparently him and Ricky were going on a birthday trip.
Really? Honestly, I'm not entirely certain. All I know is that I believe that that is his office still. I could be wrong, but...
Kind of funny the governor of the entire system has the same office as me, or same looking.
Well, I am only the governor of the outer ring of this city.
And who's the governor of the inner city? Governor of the inner city.
That would be the corporations. The outer ring is, unfortunately, one of the poorest areas in the city, with the different rows, including the one that Coach is the mayor of. And the corporations have more or less split up the inner city. And they govern it by themselves.
Interesting. I always thought the GU just kind of controlled most of the stuff.
We handle at least the majority of maintenance and other things like that. Electricity, water, but...
So the stuff that should be free and everything that should have price tag on it is,
more or less.
But does that mean we also supply all that for the inner city as well?
Yes, but the corporations don't own the outer ring. They don't. That's not part of their area.
Well, they might not own it, but they do own the shops and all the other stuff that they supply, basically. So.
Yes, they do own the bits and pieces, but it is not the entire section of the city, like using a row, for example. An entire row isn't not owned by a single corporation, unlike various districts in the inner ring.
Could have fooled me.
If you were to look at a map of the city, the entire city, one of the most important designations would be who owns which part.
Oh.
Which is why it is strange to have the undercity below Coach's Row to be properly owned by a corporation.
Now if you pull up the map, it'll be a perfect circle and then there's one stain in the corner.
Yes. I'm not sure I would call it a stain, but in essence.
I'm not calling the understudy a stain. I'm saying it looks like a pie chart, and then there's this weird purple on the side.
Supposedly that purple is even split up more now.
Okay, now there's this multicolor bit on the side then.
But yes, that is why it is strange to me. But yes, the board of... I don't entirely remember what it was called officially, but the board of the heads of the corporations.
I think it was like board of directors or something like that.
That sounds about right. That has the president, which, as I've said before, is appointed, and it's changed semi-regularly to keep something resembling balance between the corporations.
So we're basically the referees.
More or less, yes.
So we only have as much power during the game, not so much after. Or not before the game, during the game, not before or after.
Yes, well, I suppose we should go see if Valkyrie has anyone available to finish that contract.
Yes, if not, then we can always just go to Traverse.
Yes.
Good old red. Looks like they only have guards out.
We might just have to come back to later.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hello?
Good morning.
Are you here needing assistance from Valkyrie?
Yes, we talked with Luca yesterday about a contract for regularly supplying weapons, and we were here to finish that off.
Wonderful. That has been handed off to me, so this actually works out quite nice. How are you liking the assault rifle? Is it
I haven't
suiting
had
your taste?
much time to test it out on anybody, which could be a good or bad thing depending on who you ask, but so far so good.
We will hopefully get you that suppressor soon. Again, it's
Good morning, gentlemen.
afternoon.
Hello?
Good morning,
Yeah, that's
Artyom.
good to hear.
We were just about to
hopefully
head into the
everything's going
offices.
well.
Yes, we're
Oh,
going
by
to
all
conclude
means.
the deal with the GU. In this way, gentlemen.
Wonderful.
Good morning. How are you feeling today? Combat ready? Good. Well, let's head into the offices.
Do you want to accompany him, make sure...
This way. please come on in. Any seat you prefer? Apologies for the short door frames. Typically don't accommodate people of such heights.
It's fine. I think we're both used to it at this point.
Yes.
So, I was given the deal from Luca yesterday, and I was asked to run the numbers of what that would cost and the issues that Valkyrie might face when having to do such an action. And I did the numbers don't look very pretty, unfortunately. There's concern for a corporation arming the Union. Political reasons, if you will. I spent much of last night trying to find a solution or something like that, and I think I might have one. So, obviously there is still the option of paying a considerable number of, considerable fund, which I can send over to you via email. Or the other possibility is we would have to take a bit of a PR approach. Perfect. Just making sure that someone was going to handle them. The PR approach falls somewhat into this, where we turn this into an arrangement where we are both contractually... how to phrase this without the silly phrasings? We wish to make a trade. We're willing to arm you and we'll do our best in doing so, though the package might not be extensive. It needs to be somewhat on the smaller side. I believe we can outfit about half of your guards, maybe more, with some time. And then the thing that we need from you is we need to set up a situation where one of our technicians would be able to check your records and make sure that there's no impending danger, or that these would be used for something scary, or something that we can use to calm the other corpse, if you will. Kind of like we did our due diligence and made sure that things are safe.
I suppose that is reasonable.
Question: what corpse came up to you with concerns about potentially arming us, may I ask?
The less militant ones, so Trident and Jeb and all that, they want to make sure that there isn't any concerns of an uprising. Again, political shenanigans, but we need to make sure that this works in more of a stock favor. We don't want to lose any of our bottom line.
Well, we don't have any plans on uprising.
I figured as much, but we would need to schedule a visit, if you will.
I suppose that is reasonable.
Wonderful. We can discuss that details later, but for right now, I would say that contract could be made.
I suppose anything that is more than Class 1 would be not able to be dealt with.
I would like to see if I can work some more heavier weaponry in there. As you see, we are able to make smaller deals, but in order to equip your entire force, Class 1s would be the standard, yes.
What I was bringing up to Luca yesterday was anything above Class 1 more on a individual basis, but as a part of the contract we would have better prices, since we already have the regular Class 1 contract.
Okay.
Yes, you would be a preferred
I got a
customer at
traverse
that point,
now.
and you
Can
would
you
receive
help me?
exclusive deals, yeah.
I'm sorry. Jin, did you hear that, Jin?
Sure, Remy,
Yeah.
I can help you. I'll meet you at Traverse. I'm just gonna run over there.
The radio.
Yes. I wasn't certain if that
If
was
you need a
for-
moment.
Thank
Seems
you.
like
Yes. Sorry.
if you
Could
want
you?
to go deal with that, you can.
I believe they should be fine. I was just little bit of
Rhapsoidia,
this is
if you
press.
are in, I
Now I need
am
to answer
currently
this.
helping the person that's up here.
Please take your time.
Find their way. I will be into the office soon.
That is fine. We are currently talking with Valkyrie to finish up that deal.
Oh, the guy has a pretty voice.
Good morning.
Okay, I think I'm in the right place. I'm in yellow.
I'm pretty sure I recognize that
Message
voice.
from who? Oh, 4. After.
It does
of
sound
course.
familiar, I think. I believe it is done. The talk on the radio. Could you repeat what you were saying?
Wonderful. Oh, no, I believe that this contract is a rather simpler one, taking the PR approach, and we can sign it now, or if you wish to wait on signing it until we can give you further details on the visit, but I feel like that will be pretty standard.
I would like
Routine, if you
specifications of
will.
what kind of data you are requesting us to give you, just security-wise.
We
Have
would
to make sure.
prefer it if we could send a technician to you and they can just access onto your system through a hard point. That way there doesn't need to be any sending of classified information. They're only able to look at the records, make sure that they can check everything, no
I believe the question is
suspicious purchases.
which records would you be checking?
Your finances. We want to make sure that there is no beginnings of an incursion. Of course, I don't think an uprising makes sense, but we need to do that for
We want to make sure we
protocol.
haven't also bought anything else that could be
Yes,
suspicious,
you know,
basically.
if suddenly we check the records and there's, an excess amount of fuel being purchased and, explosive material, things like that.
And this would be
And that's why we would wish to send a technician. That way, we could do it all in one go.
And this would be a regular appointment?
No,
Or in
no,
one
no,
time?
no. This would be hopefully a one-time. If they need more time to review, it might be 2, but no more than a few visits. I would like to say 1, but
That is
I
understandable.
can't say a number. But it wouldn't be a reoccurring thing. Just something to check in the initial terms.
That is
And then that way we can produce a statement to the other corporations informing them why we're arming you.
That is understandable. Unfortunately, Mr. Honeybee is not available right now, so I would like to go over these new terms with him.
Of course.
But
course.
it does sound like a reasonable agreement.
Yes. And again, the alternative is we can supply you weapons, but the prices would be unfortunately a lot higher. Because
Yes.
we wouldn't know what you're doing with the weapons, and we wouldn't be able to guarantee. Essentially, the fees that would be slapped on is the legal jargon, like it's your compliance, it's your property
if we pay
now.
this much
so,
for the guns, then we can't afford
Yes.
anything else. So.
Exactly. That way we can protect ourselves legally.
That is understandable.
But this way, the deal is much more reasonably priced.
Yes. Well,
And then, of course, the additional terms will be met as well. The individual case-by-case on higher class weaponry can be provided.
well, I believe that is about it, at least for now. Unfortunately, I am sorry we can't
Wonderful.
finish this right now, but hopefully Mr.
I'm just
Honeybee-
glad we're...
hopefully he will be available later today, so if he does arrive, I will return. If not tomorrow.
My name is Nix. I am the threat analysis here at Valkyrie, and I'm your perfect point of contact for any deals or contracts. So feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be glad to assist you.
And
We can sign this once when you've talked it over.
yes, and I personally haven't introduced myself. I am Rhapsoidia, and I am the governor of the Outer Ring. And
Pleasure.
then this is Otake
And we
Jin.
met yesterday.
Yes.
Yes.
Pleasure. Again.
Security, if you will.
Yes.
Deals with the law. I'm glad there's people like you keeping us safe. We wouldn't want any
I do my best.
incidents to occur. Well, gentlemen,
You
I'll
and me both.
see you out, and once when you've discussed it with, I believe, Mr. Honeybee, then we can conclude this deal.
Yes.
Wonderful. After you.
Mm-hmm.
Try not to bonk your head. Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Does she always go into that trance position when waiting?
She is quite a hunter. I would not get on her bad side. It would be
Duly
troublesome
noted.
for you. A pleasure, gentlemen.
Pleasure
Yes,
as
sir.
well.
Have a good day.
Likewise. Well, V, you have a message, I believe.
Well, that could have gone worse.
Certainly. I do believe that should be fine.
As long as they check our records and don't actually have access to them, I'm fine with this.
Yes. Now, at the very least, I'm going to go to Traverse to see what they have done with the Undercity.
I'll join you. I don't have too much to do right now. Sometimes I hate when B's right. Yellow is the worst. Oh, my eyes.
Hello? Is Alec in currently?
They are, but I believe they are in a meeting right now.
That is unfortunate. Do you know when a good time would be to return?
Not entirely sure. I mean, half the people that were in the meeting left, so I'm assuming it's wrapping up soon. I'm assuming.
Could you ask
Could you
then?
possibly
No.
contact them on the radio then?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll ask on the radio for you. Hello, we have 2 union representatives at our front gate. Is anybody available? I received absolutely no response. Mr. Alec might not be on the radio.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, you're welcome to wait around for a bit if you want, otherwise you can probably come back whenever.
I suppose we will return later then.
Alright,
Thank you.
Yeah.
If he comes out, I'll let him know you were here.
Thank you.
You're Governor Rhapsoidia, yes?
Yes.
And my apologies, I don't remember your name.
Jin, pleasure.
Jin, gotcha. Jin and Rhapsoidia, we're at our front gate. I'll let
Thank
them
you.
know.
Have a good day then.
Alright, till then. You as well.
Ark, if there is no business that I'm needed for, I was thinking about heading down to Callous Row to get some food, if you would wish to join us.
You like food?
That sounds lovely, and there's someone down there I'd like to speak to. I am up in the offices. Should I meet you at Traverse?
We are currently at Traverse, yes.
Ah, alright, then I'll meet you there.
Yes, the food down in the row is better, to put it simply, at least, to me.
Oh, same. There's no texture in a cube, sadly. The cube.
No, there isn't. At least not a pleasant one.
Mm-hmm. Although they did succeed in my beanbag Geb cube idea, so. Oh, there she is.
Hello? You didn't need to
Well, that
run.
was interesting. I didn't need to use the shuttle either.
You still didn't need to run.
Still, don't have to use the shuttle.
Walking is a perfectly
I have
fine
a
option.
preference to running.
Yeah,
Well,
that's-
yes. I have a preference.
Okay then. Shall we go then?
Let's chow.
Absolutely. Yes, I'd like to check on Marceline. She had a very concerning message yesterday, but never showed up. So
Yes.
I'd like to see what might have postponed her. Oh, I might have done the bad.
What did you do?
What did
You ever do something and then realize right afterwards, it's like, fuck, maybe I shouldn't have done that?
What did you do?
I don't know who Olivia's character is. I don't even know if Olivia's a character or if she's a DM.
I believe Olivia is an actual character.
Okay, cool. Well, she looked like she was supposed to be here. She had a Geb ID and a Geb outfit, and her ID was expired or something, so she needed me to scan mine in order for her to get back out of the upper city. So
Oh boy.
I did my due diligence. I was like, well, maybe we should go into Traverse and see about getting your ID updated. Don't look at me like that.
I was just looking
You've
at
done
you.
bad things in your life.
Sorry? I was only looking at you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. All right.
To the row.
Robot.
Because there's...
Robot. It's the robot.
Also, yes. Also, so you're not
You
gonna
get the
find
robot?
the person you're looking for because they're kind of in Upper City right now. So.
Marceline's in the upper city?
Yeah,
Correct.
some stuff happened. I don't know all of the details, but she ended the night with Masaru
I
yesterday.
do. Scarlett told me all, but I'm not gonna spoil.
All I know is that she saved the Undercity. That's most of what I know, really.
Look, you don't know in character.
I should have
so
followed
look
my
for her.
hunch and
Try
gone
to find
there.
some clues.
Well,
I should have gone there and
we're going to the row now.
you don't know that in you don't know that in character, do you?
Nope, I do not.
No,
Okay.
not in character.
All right. Oh well.
Well, shall we go?
Tis the
In
way of
character, I already
roleplay.
know who she is.
Yeah, I already requested. It'll pop up in a moment. There it
There
is.
we go.
Ready? Okay, let's go.
And there's 34 people in the row and above 45 in the rest of the maps.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello. How many times do you have to say
Hello.
hello?
Hello.
God,
Greetings.
For its custom.
gotta get
Salutations. Oh, that hurts.
Honorable greetings. Yes.
What is up, my home slices?
Oh man.
Or is it my conch slices here?
Totally crashed.
Unfortunate.
You automatically get your weapon back, so you don't have to spawn a new one.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. I thought it didn't
Yeah,
transfer.
you currently
I
have
get
it.
rid
Nope,
of this
it
one.
does.
Trash.
It's on your
Throw it
back,
in the
and it's
trash.
also the size of me.
Yes, it is. Wait, is it too big?
No,
Just let go of it. No, it's fine. You're fine. Just, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Taken by the music.
No, it's okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
too big for
It's fine.
No, that looks about right.
Well, you gotta wait.
It's fine.
till, like, you at least
I gotta make sure it wasn't the even bigger version they gave me first time.
No.
That shit I
When
did, that shit-
you switch maps, it keeps the items that you have at the time of switching.
Okay, that's nifty because I only thought it was that map.
Yeah, there's a good number of things that are really cool about Neon Divide.
And we all become purple.
Yeah.
FaZe and Simon are just wizards. They're wizards.
Is Zenkyo not here today?
Nope. He might be coming by later, but he has some stuff, apparently.
The in character is dealing with other row/family.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Of course.
Yep.
Alright, well, shall we?
Maybe we'll be able to naturally.
I believe we shall.
If I crash again, though, I
Yeah,
will message
there's actually
him.
not that many people here, which is good.
Alright, like,
Yeah,
let's-
send it
Yeah,
to
elevator plaza?
Yep.
they've already got a one.
Oh, it's so jarring going from sunlight to not. Is it just the buildings, or is there fog or smog or whatever? Not my problem.
The air does seem less pure here.
Anyways, what I was saying is, you know that blue is
Oh,
a more
geez.
unique and special color because there's
I
so red.
do know that we
Are you
are
going?
incredibly below everywhere as well. Jen?
Otake, are you okay, dear? You probably don't want to eat that off the ground. Oh dear. You can get rather hungry sometimes.
We probably should go check on him.
Okay, let's go back to the elevators and see what's going on. Yeah.
Is he? Did he disconnect?
Yeah, how's the DC?
Rip.
Do you hear?
Do I hear shots? No.
How is it that I can? How can I hear better than anyone else here? I don't
Okay,
understand.
so first
I have
question:
no modifiers on
what's
hearing.
your gun volume on?
It's like maybe a fourth, like 25%.
Okay, well, I should probably turn that up a bit, but
Yes. Yes.
also your legs.
Yeah. Oh, I don't have them. They're not under my control. They're just magnetically hanging like a chandelier.
Yeah.
If chandeliers used magnets.
It might just be some bug for you.
Okay. I mean, it's always been that way across Season 2 and Season 3 maps.
All I know is that like that one
Did you
time.
hear-
Nope.
Sorry. Okay. This time I was talking, so I'm just losing it. That's
Yeah.
fine. Oh no, I heard myself. Oh, I know where I'm hearing myself probably. Okay, keep talking. Sorry, I'm listening.
Yeah. All I know is that you probably shouldn't be hearing guns in the spawn room. Because like the
Okay.
last time like we had that
makes
talk,
sense.
they were probably doing it in the spawn room. Hi.
Y'all didn't have to wait for me.
I mean, might
Oh, we
as well.
didn't have to, no. Yes. Okay.
I love it as soon as I say, well, there's not that many people here. Into the floor.
Yep. All right. Elevator puzzle.
Here we go. Take two.
Yeah, let's try electric boot.
All right. Okay. Well, air quality shitty. We've established this. Okay.
Let's go before I
But-
jinx something again.
But yes, we are
Okay.
in one of the lowest parts of the city, so not much light gets down here.
Well, I mean,
Right. I guess
there's
the rest
Undercity,
of
which is lower, so.
exactly.
And then there's Wasteland, which is even lower, so.
Well, the wasteland's sort of outside of the city.
You're echoing.
Well,
It's not really
but you have to
under
take
the
an
city.
elevator down, so it's still lower.
Oh yeah.
Forgot to mention this.
So, were you wanting to see Coach first, or to grab something to eat first?
Personally, I didn't have any business with Coach today, at least.
Oh, you're just here to eat.
Yes.
Oh, you said Coach's Row. I
Yes.
understand. As opposed to the other rows. This makes sense to me now.
Yes.
Okay.
Might as well go to the one you're familiar with, after all.
Well, yeah. I think it's also probably the closest to the offices. So that's convenient.
But since the mayor's here, I thought we'd just open up and take a few clients, you
I'm
know?
gonna get away from here and people can have their conversation.
Don't worry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, whatever.
Let's get that here.
Alright, where's the tailor shop?
Oh, yeah, done.
Did I hear my name?
Yeah, we'll guess we're done for diving.
No?
I do not. All I heard was not your name.
I'm guessing I did hear my name. Hello.
Yes, I
Oh.
did. Hello.
Oh.
Are you available for a meeting?
Are you gonna like hang around here? Cause
Currently or today?
As soon as possible, preferably.
Oh, would this be regarding the situation we were up top for?
Yes.
Just came down and get
They went home because they had.
let's drum up some
Well,
this
we're
an
on our
urgent
way to
matter
get something
then?
to eat. Is
banking. Anyone need banking? Banks open.
Kind of, but if you have more pressing matters, it could wait.
Oh. I
Yeah,
would prefer
well,
to.
I was gonna say, invite them to lunch or
I would
breakfast.
prefer to get some food, since that is what we came down here for, at the very least.
I mean, we can get some food and discuss the issue, and you can tell us where we gotta go if you guys don't know the answer.
I like
if
that
works.
option.
Yes.
All right.
That does sound
Why
reasonable.
don't we all
yes.
go to breakfast?
Business lunch. Then.
All right, now good luck finding a place that's open for food. Is that next thing?
The tea
You're
house is
saying
open.
everything's closed in a place where there are like 4 restaurants out here.
The tea house is open. I just saw them.
Did the tea house have actual food?
Where is the?
Or
They have snacks.
I think they have
like
snacks.
mochi, but
I'll
I
take it.
Like something else, and you could be Sapphire.
all right, just lead the way. Huh?
Then as for food, I think.
this?
There's also the burrito stand seems to be open. They seem to be the most popular place to get food.
You could get a
There's
burrito to
also
go.
Fred's Market.
So you're hired. I
If
just
you want
gotta find
sandwiches.
out which
Burrito
company is
tea.
the
If I
security
dip my
guard, 'cause
burrito into
that's
my
why I'm
tea,
looking for
is
it.
it the Christensen or Crumb?
Dr. Paul
At that point, you will only be a
So,
coworker, no longer
hopefully
a friend.
you get to put that damn thing on today.
Noted.
Just keep me in the loop.
Hello.
Wait for the finalization for everything. You interested in buying a burrito?
Yes.
Oh well, if they're eating here, then we can just sit down and have a meeting right in the middle.
Yes.
But yeah.
There isn't much else open, is
That's
there?
true.
Correct?
Yeah, it seems like not.
You go check
Good thing
it
I'm
out.
here.
The sitting area. The tea space
Yes.
is open.
The tea shop would
There
be
is
much
also the
preferable to
city
some place where the homeless
Take
sleep.
2 to go.
Sure thing. Just putting them in the steamer. Oh my god.
Plus, we wouldn't want to get in their way.
Steamer has limited room.
Who's they? The homeless?
The homeless.
All right. Well, you want 2 to go and you want 1?
All right, I'll go grab a table for 5
Two-
down at
two
the
go.
tea shop. It is open.
That's
so
well.
I'll meet you guys down
Alright.
there. 1 to go and 2 to go. Okay. That will be 1,000 credits for the 1 and 2,000 credits for the
Very
2.
weird reaction to that because I heard the dash part. I was happy that it ended in dash.
There you go.
He's not my
I guess it
father,
wouldn't
if that's
be.
what you're inclining.
I was gonna say,
Thank you very
it would be
much.
completely out of place for a thank you, Dad, if that was your father.
Alright.
Not something you normally
Be
hear.
1 here for you, and then
I see.
2 here for you.
Universe is a very big place.
Rhapsoidia.
He did order more,
Yeah, more retail.
items than he has hands. Nice.
Thank you.
Please enjoy. You interested in buying a burrito?
Yeah, maybe this time will work. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. 1,000 credits. Same as before.
Alright.
Oh wow, you just wolfed that down in one gulp.
Yep.
I would say that is the least impressive thing I've seen him do with food.
Looks like it worked.
Yeah, I got a
I went straight in there, so you're ready to go.
Did you want any?
Shall we?
That's good.
You're. Oh no, I'm
Yes,
fine.
there is a
Unless you're
table
free to
for
come by and buy
5
more.
reserved at the tea house if you would
what's
like
the
to
word
follow
on the
me.
street? Hear anything? I don't know.
Okay then.
Oh my.
No, not really. So we were looking for the mayor, but
Bonitis
that's about all I've heard
is
today.
striking more frequently, it seems.
Oh, it's a battle of the bands.
It could be street yoga.
It's like not good at all, man.
You don't want to be caught off guard with cramps.
I'm pretty sure that's literally be we caught on guard.
head back and look
In a
for them?
compromised position
Just
here.
doing it in the middle of the street.
Well, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
And in a public area.
All right,
Hello, Helion.
I got the big room in the back all reserved.
Thank you.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Welcome everyone to the JT house.
Hello?
Hello. Oh, I'm going to get tea.
What can we get started for you?
Do you have a green tea?
We do. I can get one right.
I would like one of those, please.
You got it. Anyone else want anything? We got an oolong, we got a green, we got a mint.
He's going to ask if you have any kind of food.
Mint? We
I
don't
want
got
mint
food,
tea
but
as
we do
well.
got delicious mint tea. So there's the green, and these are going to be 200 credits each. And so it was 2 mints.
Yes.
Is this being expensed
And
or
I
not?
also have a Can I also have a plate of mochi?
Sure.
It's a business meeting now.
Unfortunately,
So,
I
okay.
don't have any mochi right now. Sorry about that. But
Alright.
if you check back another time, maybe. It's just we haven't been able to get a hand on any good ingredients lately.
Alright.
And my synth usually takes care of that stuff when
I
she's
will-
down getting operated on.
I will take an oolong, and I will be paying for myself,
All right.
him, and the other purple-haired one.
Perfect. Thank you.
Fair enough.
All right.
It's just,
And did you pay?
I mean, at first
Thank
I
you.
checked your hair if it was purple or not, because I was trying to
And I
figure out
believe that's
what was happening.
You're joking,
Hello,
right?
Rhapsodia. Rhapsodia, what is my name, dear?
I mean,
Welcome to the JT
Mark
house.
Feist?
How's it going?
Okay, just
Oh,
making
shit,
sure.
you know, I completely forgot about the no weapons rule.
Oh, sorry,
that's
we're
right.
not shopping. We're heading right out.
Would
We
you-
just had a question.
All right, what can I do for you?
sorry for all the gunshots. It's right beside the training range, I guess. So.
Oh,
Just up the way there.
I'm used to it. I don't
that
know
was
about
just the
And obviously, I'm a medic, so if suddenly I get a medic call, there's 2 medics up there, but I might have to go running, depending.
If you see anything,
But,
you want to let us know.
always on duty.
That's the thing. I'm the EMT ambulance driver, basically. So yeah, pretty much.
Oh, you must be on call all the time then.
It's also once well, that's also why we were trying to have a meeting with you guys up top was because the previous owner of the clinic
Sure.
has been missing for about 6 months now, and they weren't declared dead or anything, so we don't know who owns the clinic right now, because they own the clinic, but then there's the will, and apparently you guys would be involved in potentially the will, or the bank would be.
You got it.
So I wanted to speak with you guys of whether you guys
We
would be
just
the
don't
ones
know
to
where ownership
figure out who
falls
owns.
under, which jurisdiction.
Yeah. Because if it's involving the will, then
I don't believe.
But if
we
it's
did.
the bank down here that we got to deal with. But if you guys can point us in the right direction, at least that would help. Because there's the bank down here, but they're hard to get a hold of too. Because we don't know if a will kicks in
This
after
was
6
the-
months missing because they're not dead. And
This was the clinic
But-
in the Undercity, correct?
the clinic in the row here, actually, right
row.
up the
Right
way.
here, the-
Yeah, Dr. Universe owned it for the longest time, and
Mochi, I
the
just found it.
problem is she went missing as well as her daughter a couple of months ago. So
Well, if it is,
Is it extra, or do I have to?
if it is the
Oh, sorry, I was.
the clinic here,
talking
I
to
suppose
myself.
that would
I've
be.
got a green
You should talk with
emoji, and then I
the
think it's a red
the
bean.
bank here.
And it's 500.
think so. Okay. Because Avalon's right now trying to determine who owns the bank, and then Traverse wants to purchase it. So I'm in a weird position right now because I'm the only person that's still around for the clinic. So okay, well,
Traverse
if that's
wants
what
to
you
purchase
advise,
the
I'll try
bank?
to do them.
Or the clinic.
From Avalon, it's they want to purchase the clinic.
Yes.
If I don't end up owning it and Avalon owns it, it's this weird situation. But because I work with Traverse, but if I'm now the owner via the will, they'd rather own it themselves and make me the owner through that. And I don't know. It's a bunch of contract stuff that I'm not too privy with, but that's what they would be comfortable with. So
I supposedly could look it up, but I feel like Coach or his assistant would have better access to those files readily.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Would be
Okay.
under their jurisdiction.
So, Jimothy is his name, I believe.
He's the only one that I've seen around. The mayor is just in and out. I never see him anymore.
He was here. Well, he was around yesterday, but I don't know if he's around here yesterday.
I've been able to regularly meet
Where
with
the-
him.
Where did my tea go? Oh, okay, I guess it disappeared into the ether.
Okay, well, I'll do my best to find him today. So
I do
that's
have
my
a plate
objective.
of mochi here if anybody would like some. The green tea.
Thank you, though.
I'm going to withhold and only take one.
No mochi?
Well, when we were passing the bank, they were just opening.
Sadly, that's just the bank, like the teller and stuff to pull in and out money.
Oh, I see.
I need to talk to someone high enough to be able to open up a lockbox to check a will and other stuff and records
I see.
like that. So,
Right.
but fair enough.
Yes.
Uh,
Also,
So, okay.
do you know when Alec will be available, by chance?
He's having meetings. If you try and phone him in and schedule an appointment, he should be able to see you today.
I do know we stopped by the Traverse building a little earlier, and the guard there didn't get a response on the radio.
Yes, unfortunately, there was some equipment failure earlier this morning. It should be working today. Right now, sorry.
Okay then.
Would you like me to call him and see if he's available?
If you can, that would be appreciated.
Of course.
Alright, let's go to the arena.
Who the fuck is that?
Well, is the clinic still
So-
operating, though, without...
Yes, it is currently still operating.
Okay.
I've basically been running it, but there's we did get two known doctors, Dr. Pulse and Dr. Barkus. However, Dr. Barkus hasn't been showing up to work in the last few days, so
Mr. Smith.
might have some problems there. And currently, we have our medic from up at Traverse helping us, BB, our synthetic. She's currently helping us there at the moment for at least a moment until I'm busy, because once I'm done with this, I can start being back at the clinic. 'Cause, right now, having one medic on duty, you never know what's going to happen, so not the greatest.
I'm sure it's very stressful.
Well,
Never a good
you never know.
sign when the clinic is low staffed.
Looking for him? Oh, well, they're down here. They were getting breakfast.
But with that, I did get a page from them. They need me to check some lab results. But thank you guys for the meal. It was nice meeting y'all.
Of course.
Of course.
If you ever need any help down here, call Channel 19 Spacer. We'll be there to pick you up, and we'll take care of you.
All right.
Understood.
No,
Thank you.
they just finished. We've just finished our business meeting.
All right. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go check the bank again as well.
All right, Dash, thank you.
I'm assuming we bust our own tables here.
So... Yes?
I know that my cup seems to have disappeared.
Let's see if they happen to mine as well.
I'll see if there's a trash can.
Okay, Okay. Mr. Rhapsoidia?
Right over there.
Yes?
Alec shall be
Save
waiting
him
for
cheap
you
for
at
this.
the moment. He has a current spot open. He is waiting at Union Tower. He was actually on his way already to go meet you.
Understood. We will be heading
But
up
you're down
in
here,
a minute.
so- All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Have a good day.
All right.
What is happening?
You too.
We will be speaking with Alec when we get back up.
Don't remember who Alec is, sorry.
Alec
Traverse.
Smith, the...
From Traverse, yes, okay.
Do it very often, it sucks.
Oh, yes. Is there enough time for us to check on Miss Marceline, or do we need to head up there post-haste?
I
The
suppose
sooner the better. He's on
you
a
can
tight
check
schedule.
on you can check on Marceline, and the two of us will head up first.
Okay, and I'll join you very shortly.
Understood.
I would like to be present for at least some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the tea.
You got it. Thanks for coming, y'all. Stop.
Have a good one.
These are
From the GU, yeah?
Have a good day.
Here's your teacup and
Yes?
your mochi.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you kindly.
Wasn't Marceline staying with you guys? That's what she told me last night.
No.
We haven't seen her all
Oh,
day
boy.
yesterday.
She was supposed to meet with us yesterday, but we haven't heard from her.
Who did you hear from that she would be with us?
She messaged us. She messaged me.
She messaged. Interesting.
This was last night, during the night,
During the night.
that she was staying at the Union Tower.
Interesting.
Not that we're aware.
Do you know if she had any other business in the upper city other than meeting with the G?
Not that I'm aware of.
That's
strange.
interesting.
Yes.
Well,
Would you happen to
see
know
her?
any way to try to find her? Is there a way to, find her phone or anything?
Not the way that I can do it.
Okay.
You guys not have her contact information? 'Cause I thought she works for you guys.
We might be able to look it up.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to head straight up to the upper city with you, and then we're going to figure out how to find her contact information.
Yes.
Just look at the computers. Thanks for the tip.
Yes, I will have someone look at the computers. Whenever I talk to the computer, it breaks.
Oh, right.
I don't understand this. I believe it's quicker to go this way. And less dark?
Anything else I can get you?
Which way?
I believe we're in this way, yes? Oh no, I'm turned backwards. Never mind, you're absolutely 100% correct. I find myself in this awkward position.
Not that hard to figure out where things are.
That's true.
Yeah, you're damn right. That is most difficult to find, so...
Speaking of looking up Marceline's information, that reminds me, someone asked that I look up some background information on another person to vet them, so, when we get back to the office, I'd like to see if we can Get one of the office workers working on that.
I suppose that is reasonable.
After this business with Traverse is settled and this Marceline situation is figured out, I might head over to the Undercity.
Okay.
He'll be right there.
Thank you very much, dear. Oh, that'd be terrible. You know, it's probably gonna be
I did send a message over to Masaru late last night for a meeting. So before you head to the row or the Undercity, if they have not messaged us, could you come with me again to go check to see if they'd be willing to see me?
Sure, but they better not
Assuming-
fucking skimp on us a fourth time.
I'm not going to make any conclusions.
Oh, she went in without even... Oh, okay, I guess we're going without scanning our ideas. Okay. Skip that part.
They're wireless, right? I've never set the alarm off before, so maybe I should start doing that. So
It already happened. Whatever.
Okay. Oh no! Well, we're halfway
The plot
there.
thickens.
Yes,
Thank you,
I love thick
Leroy.
plots. All right.
If he wasn't there at the exact time.
This is why I love roleplay, because things like that can happen.
Yeah, and I'm happy that I got cut close to the building so I could hear y'all are with the GU, right? Oh. This sounds
Fucking
spicy.
zoom back like, what did he say?
Well, it's one of my perks of being me. I can zoom.
Here we go.
Zoomies.
Oh, it's our Valkyrie friends.
What the hell?
What do you mean?
That's not Valkyrie.
You know, it's gonna be hilarious if I get killed because I keep miscorping Shimetsu.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah, hi.
Right.
I'm just sitting here.
I'm just joking. Well, half joking, half not, because she's probably gonna continue to do that. It's not you.
I remember when you were
my character, I'm so
alive by
sorry.
zombies and I was the only person who went back to save your ass? That was fun.
That was fun. But
I
if
could
people
not
had
do
just
that next
listened
time,
to
you
me.
know?
Oh no.
Nah.
Alright. Excuse me. Shall we get this going since we're all here?
I believe so.
Yeah, to the center.
Did you
traverse?
traverse? We got out of the.
Oh, right. Shit, right.
Here we go.
Look, I'm kind of stupid sometimes.
For your convenience, I'll take the shuttle with you.
That is probably best.
Yes.
That's not the shut up. How the
We
fuck?
are.
How? Do you not know how to follow the signs? There's a sign that says entrance, there's a sign that says exit. Is it the
Those are
letters
the
or the
city
words
ones.
that are
Out of-
complicated?
Oh, that
Out
one,
of character,
that
we
one.
should have.
You
We
can't
should
try
have
to-
pressed the. We should have pressed the other button. We should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right
okay.
now. I should bunk.
We're dropping it.
Wait, we're going to traverse.
No, we're going to the tower.
Oh, I thought we're going to the
Alec is at the tower.
Oh, at the tower? Okay. I see.
hot damn.
Ah, yes. I didn't realize they were waiting for us at the tower.
Yes, that is what Hoya said.
Greetings.
Apologies to
Alec?
keep you waiting, dear.
Yes.
Give me 1 second. I have a call in the radio. Really important. Just 1 tiny second.
Okay then.
Basically what I.
Should I go upstairs and get someone to look up Marceline's number while y'all are getting together?
Yeah, not waste time.
Doesn't
on
the
this.
Are you
computer
gonna be
not
office side or-
work with you?
I'll do it. You can't.
Are you meeting office side or meeting room side?
Office.
Okay. Let's go. Thank you. You don't close it behind you. Head of security.
It automatically
closed,
closes.
yeah.
I know how the system works.
Right. So sorry, lovely. I was just important thing that I got called in. Yes, you wanted to talk with me, and I want to talk with you too. So do you want to go
Yes.
inside?
Yes. I suppose we want to talk to each other about the same thing.
I guess so.
Unless
but
you have something else.
There's a world of possibilities. Not for the moment, is my guess.
No, the one at the end over there. The fancy one is apparently Mr. Goldman's.
Oh, okay. Did you hang on the computer, or do you need me to do it?
I'm right here. I'm right behind you.
Right now.
Okay.
You may take a seat if you
Right.
wish.
So I guess.
Contact information.
Oh, I know, but I guess I can. Let's just give me a second.
I'd like to call Marceline directly on the phone. We're concerned.
This chair is a little bit like far off the table, so just. There you go. That's better.
Well, we tried to call her. Does she answer her phone?
So, what were you able to acquire from the tour yesterday?
Well, the thing is, it's not like a see and purchase. It was a see, consider, and then make an offer. So I already know what I want, so I wanted to consult with you what you didn't want it.
Well, was the Grove for sale?
Do we have any?
Sadly, I do not believe the Grove was for sale since they didn't give a tour there, and they gave a tour from the places that they allowed to buy. I can double ask just in case.
That should be
but
fine.
I do believe because they call it a sanctuary kind of thing.
If it isn't for sale, that is perfectly fine. That was mostly in case it was.
Thank you.
So.
Anything else that you would like to acquire? Well, for my knowledge, it's not acquiring. It's not that you're buying unless you made a special deal with people only on the city and Masaru to actually buy the place. It's one of renting the place and you are co-owners with the owner, something like that. It's a little bit weird.
So, what was available then?
Oh, everything is available. Every business is available. I'm pretty sure housings are available too.
Interesting. Now, wasn't there...
I'm sorry, I missed the first portion.
Supposedly, instead of actual purchase, it is more like renting.
Oh, so they're leasing out
well,
portions of...
That's the thing. They weren't sure that they need to check with the galactic CEOs, if you understand what I mean, to see if they could sell the places.
Well, either way, at the very least, there was a cafe down in the Knowledge District, correct?
I apologize, but I have purchased everything in the Knowledge District.
So you've purchased the Knowledge District for yourself?
Well,
for Traverse.
I was interested in that.
Oh.
Yes.
Were you not going to possibly hand anything over that wasn't needed? I believe that's what you said yesterday.
Well,
if we wish
I can still buy all the things. So that's why I'm here, asking if you need anything else or want to purchase
I'm a
anything
little
else.
confused here because, albeit I've played third party to this arrangement so far, but it seems as though the parameters around what you've agreed to keep changing.
I don't believe so.
Well, what I remember...
What we got told is that it was a sale. When we arrived, I asked more and it was a rent. But then I asked more and it was like they weren't sure if they were available to sell it properly. They needed to just know more about it and just check, and that's why I was going to go to Masaru later and just consult on that. But,
so they set up an entire tour of a city to make business arrangements.
Yeah, the tour was to show every place around to the other corporations, so the corporations will know if they are interested in something, basically.
Oh, I see. Okay. It's a very unorganized way to run things. Interesting.
It is.
So, if I remember correctly, you said you were going to purchase the Knowledge District and then potentially sell pieces to us that you didn't need.
Well, what I said, it was like I was going to try to get everything on the Knowledge District, and if you wanted something, I could resell it to you if you have the money for it. Absolutely. Not on the Knowledge District, I apologize. Well, I'm okay with handing you maybe some of that, but I prefer it if it's somewhere else.
Well, speaking in contradictions, seems... Right. Well, I mean, what you're saying right now, Mr. Alec, is contradictions.
I mean, well, that's just a misunderstood. I express my interest in purchasing the things in the places in the Knowledge District.
Right. And that first discussion was for us to obtain portions of it from you for a fee. And profit to you, of course.
He seems to be on the
I
radio.
understand.
Okay, I'm in the middle of a meeting at the moment. Can you tell them to, if they're free, they can go back to their place, and I'll go and talk to them in a second. Thank you very much. Sorry, what were you saying?
Right, you had just said previously that the discussion was purchasing portions of the Knowledge District and then selling portions of the Knowledge District to us, but then you went back on that and you said, well, no, I feel like keeping it all.
No, what I was
and then you switched back and said, I would strongly feel.
No. What I was meaning when I had the meeting with you and Honeycomb, well, not you, the other person named Honeycomb, was that if you are interested in anything, you can let me know and I can purchase it and resell it to you. And I express my interest in buying the Knowledge District, just to let you know that I was interested in buying that.
So
it's not that I was expressing to sell you parts of the Knowledge District.
This does seem to be a misunderstanding at this point. But
I believe so, yes.
If I remember correctly, you said...
For example, there's the... Oh, let's go ahead.
I do remember you mentioning selling bits you didn't need. I do remember you mentioning not needing parts.
For the moment, for the things that I have in plan, I do need most of this section in the Knowledge District as a safe space for the people living there.
Well,
Marceline,
I'm very sorry that there's some kind of flux happening on the table, and I'm not hearing anything from the other side. It's very weird.
Marceline is on the radio now?
shoot, I did not get on the
yes. Jen, do you?
I'll get with...
You guys continue to pick. Yes, we are just inquiring on the fact of where your current position is. You contacted us yesterday
see
saying
if I
you were
can
going
help
to
with
fly.
this situation. This is...
No, I did.
Understandable.
Right, that should be worried
Well,
about.
as soon as I'm done. Got a lot to talk about.
Right.
Well.
Very well. We expect you today then?
Yep.
I'm going to just turn off the radio
Understood.
for a moment.
Getting off the radio.
So I can tell you a few of the places that they show us, so maybe you're interested in some of those. I'm not sure how familiar you are with Beyond the City.
Personally, I'm not particularly familiar, but the first question I have is, what areas don't you need, or would you be willing to separate, or to let us purchase from you, from the knowledge district?
First of all, I will know. First of all, of the knowledge district, I will need to know which ones are Masaru willing to properly sell, or in the worst case, rent. After that, I can decide upon that.
So that hasn't been fully established then?
They gave us a runaround, and I was about to go to them to talk about it. So it will be established when I talk with them. If you want to, I can come back to you after I have a more idea about it.
That would be appreciated. As for the other parts, what are the other parts exactly? So we can have that part of the discussion as well.
They gave us a tour around most of the places. We avoided the fire district because apparently there was issues with it. Some people
yes, I did hear about that.
With the mechanisms where it was kind of exploding at the moment. But it's on a better situation now, and basically they show us most of the shops around the air district. So there was a flower shop, a tailor shop, and a few other shops that were around. So basically, for what I know at least, every shop in the Undercity is for sale. Residences, that I'm not sure about. Special places like the Grove and the Sanctuary, that they call, I believe those are not for sale.
Well, I do remember there being a tavern.
I'm still having...
So,
I'm so sorry.
It's seeming like all shops are for sale as opposed to specific areas.
Okay.
Residencies are not available, I believe.
I can corroborate that later and just let you know later once I have the full information.
If you give me a moment, I can go and try to wash my ears out real quick and be right back, because I don't want to disrespect you and
oh, no,
seem like I'm ignoring you.
Don't worry that
give me a moment.
So there was a flower shop, a tailor, and what else in the air district?
Well, those were the one that caught my attention, like a botany shop and a tailor shop. But the other ones, there were two others. It won't look like a blacksmith. I'm pretty sure the... 1 second. Yo, already. Okay. Are you going with it? Or is it going by itself? Okay. I'll be there in a second. Oh. Wait, what? Okay, sure. Alright, thank you, darling.
Mild confusion?
Right. I need to talk with you about one thing. But I think we can continue that conversation after I have a conversation with Masaru and have more idea what they are selling.
I suppose that is...
So I can give you more things. But there's one thing that I need you to think about before I come back. I would like to have that conversation in private.
With just myself?
Because
then?
I need to... Just yourself, yes. Also, because I need to do something really important, apparently. They just call me.
I'll let you get to your business. That seems rather urgent.
But as I said, I would like to have that conversation with you before I go, so you can think about it and then decide upon it.
Okay then. Shall we go into my office then?
Sure, absolutely.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I was, I guess, allowed to be present in the on the city council meeting yesterday.
Okay.
Does the name Flint rings any bell?
Why? Might I ask?
Well, is it? Oh, well, it's kind of courtesy to answer a question before you ask one. I can answer yours when you answer mine.
No. Well, actually,
Right.
He was a member of the union last year, but I do not remember seeing any records of his employment recently.
Right. Then if you don't know anything about it, then I apologize. I cannot say much about it then. I will just say that I think we're on the same side.
Okay then.
I'll leave you to it, and I'll come back later with more information about what is to purchase on the Undercity.
Yes, that would be appreciated. I will show you out.
Lovely, lovely. Absolutely, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll come back as soon as possible.
Yes, do have a good day.
Oh, and think about what I said.
My meeting is done with Alec. Where have the both of you gone off to out of curiosity? Also, I'd like to speak with you. For a moment, at least.
We are at Masaru. We're having that meeting with them, or the introduction that Arc wanted to have.
Understood. I will wait for you to finish that up then.
I'll contact you when we're done.
Now, what to do? I sure hope Zenkyo becomes available today. That would be very useful. Okay, so going through my head, something's up with Marceline. They're working on it. Spoke with Traverse, gonna wait for that meeting to be over. Apparently Alex saw Flint and mild concern. It's a good thing that Flint told me that he was undercover before, because if he didn't, I would have said yes, and honestly, that might not have been a problem, but I at least would like to believe that wouldn't have been a problem. As far as I can tell, both in and out of character, Traverse has been mostly good. Yeah, so I want to talk about Flint when the others get back. Gonna be talking with Traverse again when I'm gonna be talking with Alec again when he's done. Marceline's something's up with Marceline. That'll be figured out. I can't tell if that's a light or a gun. That almost looks like a gun. Okay, well, it was just one of those lights there. But yes, so Marceline, Flint, Marceline, Flint, Undercity. I think that's about it that I need to deal with. Now, I can contact Tonos. That is one of my edges. Do I need them for anything? It would probably be interesting to see if Tonos technology can work. If Shimetsu can work with Tonos technology to get this a replacement. That would be interesting. But unfortunately, I don't have those thoughts in character because like they don't do that. Like people generally don't lose limbs, and from at least from what Rhapsoidia knows, they don't really have that kind of technology. Ooh! That's an interesting thing that I might be able to do. Talk to them about magic. So, Icarods, which is this race, don't know they have magic. Or they don't know what their magic does. By default. So, because of the power of music, just in general, it can affect people's emotions. So, 50 years ago when magic started up, when Icarods, like, they used it for calming and for just varying things, using music for various reasons, as people do. But 50 years ago when magic happened, they were hit with the magic. All of the Icarods have the same type of magic, which is sound and mind, basically using the power of music and magic to do various effects, like charming, the calming that I did yesterday, in character yesterday. Like I could induce adrenaline. I don't remember all of the spells I have off the top of my head, but there's like Neanderthite Icarods are adapted from a original race I've made. That's more for like metaverse stuff, more for fantasy, more Dungeons and Dragons Fae inspired, at the very least. Yeah, so like calm emotions, putting people to sleep, charming, counter charm, which is technically more of a fighting, encouraging the inner person to fight against whatever is controlling them, like a possession or what have you. There's just loud sounds, but that's not as much magic as opposed to just a loud sound. Yeah. So this isn't particularly important, so I'm not going to bother Hondero with it. I'll like type up a message for him or something. Yeah, I'll message you something about that. That's an interesting thing that technically I could be doing that right now, but like I said, I don't want to bother Hondera currently because it's not particularly important. It isn't time sensitive, and the Edge itself says replies aren't inherently immediate, and like I honestly I wasn't expecting to get anything same day anyway, at the very least. So yeah, there's that. Do I have a need to learn any languages? I don't think so. Could I learn the language of the spirits? That's very much a GM question, and I certainly don't have the materials needed to learn about that. Like in character. Ooh, this is a good one. I think I'm going to use my major edge to see what Masaru might be planning, or like get any interesting news on them. Okay, so how exactly do I want to... nope, mute myself. How exactly do I want to word this? So I'm not going to be decking, but I'm going to be looking through the resources that I have at my disposal, potentially looking at any really just public things. Probably published by Trident, like public things, news and such. And there's a whole lot of not as much people in the row right now. Like, here we go. Are there any other groups of interest that I care about? Traverse. I could do that for Traverse. I don't have much reason to worry about any of the other corps, I don't think. So Masaru, Traverse, Geb, Avalon, Shimetsu, Valkyrie. It's great only having 5 fingers. And what was the last one? I don't know if you can hear, but Hatkins... Oh, hi. Hips, please. Okay, so... Shimetsu. Traverse. Gib.
DM here. What can I do for you?
Hi.
Did I scare you?
Yes, you like right in my ear. Yeah. So
sorry.
It's fine. Thoughts have left. I'm trying to retrieve them. I'm curious about what Masaru is up to, like what I can find with the resources I have at my disposal.
Who?
Masaru.
Oh, what Masaru is up to with the information that you have. The information that you have, what are you looking for? Give me some keywords, like generally speaking.
So, you know that this is me trying to use my major edge, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, right now I'm sort of looking general, like, I might as well look up anything relating to the Undercity that, like, I might be able to find within my,
okay.
like with the union records, possibly public press stuff that I believe right now all I really have access to is union stuff, but it's, as you know, rather high access. Yeah, that's one thing I might be looking into. Seeing if there's anything on them in the news recently that I'd be able to find just in general.
Okay. Currently, Masaru's general stuff seems erratic. You know, based on, general sort of speculation, things that you can figure out about them, that they're likely trying to make money, which is a duh. I mean, it's an obvious movement.
Yeah.
They might be gauging whether or not people in the Undercity are fighting back. And looking into actual records that you have, you can see something that happened yesterday. And apparently happened again today. Masaru's records show that they picked up a synthetic yesterday.
And another one today.
For Masaru. No.
Oh.
They picked up a synthetic today and then lost that synthetic. And then picked up an employee with the same name.
Can I get that name?
Well, it's originally the name was Sarah, and I believe the second time it wasn't Sarah, but it's the same picture. It's clearly the same person. It's just that it's a synthetic that is now being registered as a human being that works for Masaru as opposed to property. But yeah, they went, yeah.
Okay, so from what I'm able to gather, in the Undercity, there is this synthetic that is registered as a human now.
Oh no, she was in the row.
In the row. But she's registered as human now.
Yes.
Does she look synthetic or look mostly human or what have you?
According to the picture that you're seeing, she is very clearly mostly synthetic, if not entirely synthetic. She's that kind of synth where it's like you could question it, but she's clearly got some robot parts going on, especially in the chest.
Okay, so they employed this person yesterday, and the designation changed today.
Well, they picked them up as property yesterday, and then their designation changed today.
Okay.
And they were reclassified as an employee.
That is very strange. Okay. So there's that. It's looking like they're trying to feel like what kind of resistance they're getting from the Undercity, correct? Is that what you were more or less saying?
Yeah, that's the general feel that you're probably getting from this, yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else? Can I look into this Sarah?
Into oh yeah, if you want.
Yeah, I would like to look into what I might be able to find on them.
Okay. As you start to look into them, the entire system you're using to check suddenly seems very different. With normal people or synthetics, there is quite a bit of information surrounding them. Where they come from, who made them, personal information, things like that. Hers is entirely blank. The only time you've ever seen this is when a corp does a deep scrub. And this is not a recent one. You can tell that this was scrubbed a long time ago.
Okay. So, interesting. And nothing has been added?
No, just simply that now she's a person. Suddenly. And she works for Masaru.
This is... I don't know what I've stumbled upon. So this is interesting. So basically...
Well, what makes this even more interesting is that you can clearly tell that on top of this, between those two issues, there was a period where this character was listed as belonging to Valkyrie as well. Despite the fact that these two instances happened over the course of 2 days.
Okay, so... Synthetic...
But that one seemed very random. Out of nowhere. It sort of jumped in and was there for only a few minutes and then fell out immediately.
So they belong to Valkyrie for not very long at all. Correct?
Minutes,
yeah.
yes.
Yesterday?
Today, this morning. Right before they became an employee of Masaru.
Okay, so Masaru owned this synthetic. Ownership transferred for mere minutes to Valkyrie, and then they're suddenly human, correct?
Yes.
What the fuck?
And prior to Masaru owning this synthetic, the synthetic's owner was somebody listed off-world. Someone who also has no real information about them whatsoever.
Interesting.
Or wait a minute. Let me make absolutely certain of that one. Hold on.
Am I hearing someone?
The person off-world who was listed was listed for a while, and then just before she became the property of Masaru, she was listed to somebody who's living in the row currently.
Now who's that?
Somebody named Marceline.
Now that's even weirder because you may or may not know that we've been wanting to talk with Marceline because she apparently wants to talk with us.
Oh, I know.
This is... Man,
okay, if that's it, I got people piling up here.
Okay. I'll let you get back to your thing.
Governor, we are finished with the
Let me know if you got more questions that you can make into words.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing Traverse, but I've got radio. You can go for now at least. And he might already be gone. You are done with the meeting, correct?
That is correct.
Now, can I speak with you two back at the tower? I have found something interesting. And I'm actually just gonna continue being here. Man, it's a good thing I can read now. For those that don't know, I wasn't able to read last season. Hello.
Do I have the bombshell for you, dear?
We fucking know.
So,
Seems we all have found interesting things.
Indeed.
I want to go first because I have no idea what's going on. So we went over to Mosaru, and the most of the office was there, and we got to do formal introductions, of course, and they now know that
quick
I'm
out of character thing. Since you are able to see my screen now, you will likely see, I believe the character's name is Sarah, played by Scarlett.
Okay.
I'll let you react to that information as you will, but you would see them because
I don't think I've walked that far enough.
Yeah, no.
Yep. So, Miss Calliope, of course, introduced herself, and then the person next to her, and then introduced Marceline, and then some other people. Introduced Marceline as one of their employees. Can we pull up Marceline's file again? What is her capacity?
Why
or
is
was her
Miss
capacity
Sarah
here at the
on the screen?
Sorry?
Well, I was looking into what Masaru has been doing to see if there's any information we might find useful. And on top of it seems it aside from this, it seems that they are looking to see how much the Undercity is resisting.
Oh, well.
I don't know how much, but this...
Okay, so...
Mm-hmm.
This is... strange. This
What is this?
Here, oh... Since, yeah.
Okay.
There.
Yes, okay. Yes, I see the picture.
That is...
And what is this young lady?
They supposedly go by Sarah. However, Masaru acquired them as a synthetic yesterday.
That was the other individual we saw in the office.
Today,
okay.
After a brief, minute-by-minute ownership from Valkyrie, she's now registered as a human and an actual employee of Masaru.
Well.
And
joy of joys.
Synthetic is a human?
That's not how this works.
And she was also
that's what they
owned
said.
by Marceline
I-
for a little bit before Masaru took
Okay,
ownership.
well. Okay. So, okay. Let me go ahead and just drop the other bombshell. I had inquired into, I guess two, Masaru's occupation of the Undercity and their occupation with not letting us in. On the latter point, it's not a official situation. Evidently, their head that's down there in the city handling things is a little sour to... Please interrupt me. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
We've completely derailed the conversation. So.
Do you know anything about a A Union employee apparently making bombs down the Undercity.
Currently, no.
In the past.
A year and a half ago, so about a year and a half ago,
Yes.
a Galactic Union employee, not assumedly, well, I guess assumedly, supposedly set off a explosion in the Undercity, killing people.
Yes, I remember hearing about that.
Nothing was found out. Sorry?
I remember hearing about that.
Okay. Evidently nothing was found evidence-wise or proven, but later, this person was executed. So the Masaru head of state that's down in the Undercity, took a very sour position to this, and that's why they don't see kindly upon the Galactic Union. But evidently the limitations are that the Galactic Union can't be involved in any part of running the Undercity, being part of their office or having any official capacity civilly in the Undercity. Which is a big concern of mine. My main concern when it comes to Masaru in the Undercity is that they're not claiming rightful ownership. Oh, that's a period. They're not claiming rightful ownership. They're not claiming rightful ownership based on repairs that they may have done, was one rumor that I had heard. The reasoning, and I assume from Ms. Calliope it is absolute, the reasoning is that the Undercity people were a danger to themselves with all the magic and everything that was happening down there. So Masaru came in, declared martial law, took ownership of all physical assets, property, land, resources, and people. They claim ownership of everything.
But they don't claim ownership?
I spoke with Miss Calliope face to face. And did I get this interpretation wrong? Did you interpret it differently than I did?
Nope.
So you...
I used discrete words. I literally said, do you claim ownership to the property, the assets, the resources, and the people?
And the people.
And she clearly took pause, thinking through all that list, and affirmed.
Also, she said they would rent us land. Not let us buy land, rent us, like a landlord.
Right. Basically, extending upon that, they don't have any interest in separating ways with this asset. They're only looking for ways to, of course, turn profit on it by leasing the property that they own. And when I say property, I do that mean in the general sense of including people and resources and land and buildings and inventories and whatnot.
So
I assume you can think of my main two concerns with that. Well, three.
Did I hear you correctly in saying that they also don't claim ownership?
No part in my discussion with Miss Calliope.
I got it.
Please.
You continue.
It sounded...
Thank you for your permission. At no point did she deny ownership.
I think I
or talk contrary to it. Oh, it might be Miss Marceline. So, is there any other point you wanted to get over quickly before we find out who's coming up that elevator? Oh, that's a good idea, yes.
That doesn't sound right. They can own
What does not sound
people?
right? Oh, wow. Well, there you go. Sorry, you've caught up to my first concern, is that they are claiming ownership to the citizens of the well, I guess they're not citizens anymore now, are they? Which on a civil level, on a galactic union level, this seems like a crime against humanity. That is not morally responsible or could possibly be allowed. But then again, what kind of pressure does the union have to apply? But
Governor, Ark,
we have visitors.
Trident has come for a surprise visit.
Trident's here. Let's go talk to Trident. And let's not give away any information that they wish to, spread in their own formats.
They're right here.
Really? God, I'm so sorry.
Hello.
I'm sorry, Atake. Hello.
Hello. We were wondering if you would have a meeting with us. We have a few things to discuss with you guys.
Mr. Reynolds is about to head away if you would be able to get the one at the security gate.
Atake, please.
Yes.
Well, I guess we've been summoned to a meeting in our office, so let's join them.
What is
Yes.
this about?
Oh, multiple things.
Mm-hmm. She has most of the information. I just want to check stocks. Go with her first.
Well, I was wondering, do you know who is running for mayor in the row by any chance? We want to do a story about who's running.
Is there an
So
election?
we're wondering if you have the
I
list of names
didn't
at
know
all.
there was an election.
Oh, you did?
There is.
Yes, they're re-electing a mayor in the row.
You say that rather matter-of-factly.
Oh yes, I'm surprised you didn't know.
That's one of the reasons why we thought you know, so we would get to know the candidates better.
I would suppose that Coach would be running. Other than
Probably in
that, I
this
personally don't know.
I mean, I'm sure the
Okay,
paperwork's in a
Coach
stack
Eric.
somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
the union is aware of this. It's just you understand bureaucracy and whatnot. We'll find the stack that's in and get that information for you.
Please update us as soon as you can.
Fantastic. Also, we're wondering if you can help us with something. We have found out there is a Trident bot down in the Undercity. It's our property, and we're wondering if you can help us, recover this bot or find out if the person who owns it has the right papers. It is a telebot owned by someone that owns the bakery.
Wouldn't
That's,
that be a Masaru? Something you should talk to Masaru about?
I guess, but you
That's
guys
true,
are all
union
about,
is no longer-
peace and fairness
So-
and all of that and how, and...
Oh, I see what you're spending.
Yeah.
Right. So you are aware of the concerns and whatnot, and we are also, and we are working with Masaru and the Undercity, and I mean I don't know what I can officially say on behalf of the union, since technically I'm not, union.
It is.
But,
We are currently having discussions.
Okay, so I guess, that's a no then. So, yeah, I guess we'll talk to Masaru then. About that. I'll have something else to talk to you about in future. For now, I think that's it.
So, alright. So I wanted to check with you all on the Trident stocks at the moment. And our increase in stock, and why so?
So you are curious as to why your stocks have been increasing as they have?
The specific reasons, yes.
Well, I can at least put in a request for that information. I'm not sure it will arrive immediately, but if that is all that you wish, you might, if there is a relatively immediate response.
That's all I request on that end.
Then waiting for a moment might be reasonable, but if it takes a while, then I will come back to
I
you
understand
later.
that part, yes.
I will go check on that then.
Other than that, have anything on it?
I'm sorry for my reaction. It's been a while since I've worked with Trident, and I forgot that it seems like when I talk with those from Trident, what I say is not what I say. So.
Clown Planet, sir.
With Trident, we like to keep things, well, at least during our meetings, transparent. We try to get to negotiate, try to get to know each other. That's just who I am, at least. We like to be business oriented. We like to work with each other, and so we like to cooperate with people.
Okay. What is it that you
And
do
of
with
course, getting a. What I do with Trident, well, as far as everything goes, I am a head of operations, so to say.
DM here. How can I help?
Yes, Trident is asking about their stocks and why it's increasing as such.
Contracts and
DM here. What can I do for you?
Oh,
okay. No, you
okay.
You go. You go ahead.
Actually, here. Well, here.
Stocks.
Okay.
You are. And I deal with security.
You're actually
what stocks is it?
You're more knowledgeable about this. You go for it.
Yeah.
Trident is
what are the
Trident.
stocks? Who's asking?
Can I help
Trident? That's not too hard. Let me.
Excuse me.
That is.
Give me half a second here. That's not it. That's not what I wanted to open. What the fuck?
That is, yes, that's the CEO of Trident.
Oh, excellent.
I like him.
If
Wait. This is fucking up right now.
if you could try not to overhear
What the hell's going on?
with whomever he's taking a phone call from.
These and 3 stocks. There we go.
There's a solid glass between
Why is this? I hate opening this on stream. It's so.
It was just a funny comment. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you can do anything. It doesn't have to be a pizzeria. I did a bike shop for another one.
What was the
No,
funny
that
comment?
part's legitimate.
Just any business. You can call it anything.
I'm sorry. Were you speaking to me? I
No. Oh shit. Sorry. No.
Preferably tomorrow. I want to get all 3 sides on the same picture.
Sorry. Somebody in yeah. Somebody in a Discord call. Sorry.
Okay.
So for Trident, currently they're at plus 25. This last week they had 2 successful contracts and 2 instances of outsourcing to non-corporate entities, which is red. That's a bad thing.
Okay.
And 2 seeded project interest.
Yes, I'd hold your tongue.
So
they started 2 projects, they did 2 contracts, and they asked 2 non-corporate individuals for assistance.
Is that over the last day?
That's bad.
In character?
Yeah,
day?
that's last day.
How about
That's yesterday. Yep.
Has it been this much in the past couple days? Or like
in the past couple of days, it's mostly just been contracts. That's
Okay, so
just over and over again.
So it's
Some projects.
Yeah. So the main thing would be seeded. Repeat that, please.
Interpretation or knowledge.
So they did 2 contracts. They started 2 projects and seeded interest in the projects, which is good.
Okay, so it's
and then 2 instances.
Yeah, and then the 2 instances.
Sorry,
of
2
outsourcing.
instances of outsourcing to non-corporate entities. Yeah.
Okay. Now
that's the bad one.
What might be interesting to them would be the projects that they're starting, correct?
Because he can say it because he has the power.
Well, they know what their own projects are.
Well,
but yeah.
I mean, they're asking why they grew so much.
Such a bold claim.
Oh, in the last couple of days, why they grew? Oh,
Sure.
it's mostly contracts and seeding projects. Yeah, that's what it is. That's pretty much it entirely.
Okay.
They're doing good, stonks and all that.
Okay then. Thank you. I'm going to have more questions.
Yeah, no
however,
worries.
I should probably get back to them for now.
Yeah, no problem.
It's not so much what is it? It's not a hidden statement, I would say.
Oh,
it's just that
okay.
he's
Well, then
allowed to
I
make that
will,
bold statement.
Sure, I will make sure that if anyone else tries to lay claim or begins to encroach on that conversation, I will let them know of Trident's rightful ownership.
Sorry, you didn't mean by Trident.
It seems.
You meant by the corporations in general. So go
Oh,
on.
all of the corporations, I see. Okay.
basically, it seems you have been making many contracts, starting many projects. That seems to be the main reason why you have been growing.
Oh, futures. Yes. When businesses set up investments and look out into the longer picture, that's how they increase their present worth. Corporations.
We do a lot of that.
Yes.
But yes, thank you. That's all I needed.
You're welcome.
Simple enough.
Oh. Have a good day then.
I'm sorry, that seems like a question.
Need anything else?
No.
Sorry?
I was just wishing you a good day. Since that seems to be it.
You as well, Rhapsoidia.
I'll let you out, sir.
Thank you.
The corporation...
Should we go whisper in your office? One thing I've discovered is that people are always listening, and especially with Trident, they like to get their hands on any kind of series of words that means whatever they want it to mean. But
Trident.
If you want to come closer, we're whispering. Oh, you can't hear me. If you want to come closer,
I can
we're
hear
whispering
you
over here.
I remember
that's
better
not good.
years.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I don't even have to stand this close to you. Right. Okay. So.
That's the one fucking corporation I don't want to fuck with.
I am regretting some choices I've made today because I was not ready for that. And.
Oh, by the way, warning from the Galactic CEO: no bullshit, or he will quote bring the hammer down on us.
This is my give a fuck face.
I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot me.
I know. I'm not gonna shoot you. Well, actually, you know what? After this entire day, I welcome that interchange. Because even coming in the "we own you," that is corporation. That is corporate meetings. I sort of miss that now. But the Masaru thing.
For you?
Okay.
More stock stuff?
No. However, at the very least, would I, with my hearing, be able to hear reverberations of speaking from just behind that glass to here?
That's pretty far. I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of stuff between those. Why? What are you doing? What you want?
I heard... it seems like the Galactic CEO, which I have interacted with before, doesn't know me. However, I'm determining whether or not I would have heard him say, "I like him."
Oh, did you actually hear him say "I like him"?
So, out of character, yes. From here, I heard him.
Right. So he was right.
Yeah, okay, then you heard him.
Yeah,
okay. If you can actually hear him, you heard him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Also, since you're here, at the very least, there's an election for mayor in the row.
What the fuck? Sorry. Oh wait, was that in character? Sorry.
I'm asking the DM.
Okay, yeah. What the fuck?
Wait, where'd he go? Wait,
are they not here?
He just...
they're already gone. Do you want me to ping him?
I got it.
Honey, I'm sorry. Okay.
At least this will tell him that we weren't done.
I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna wait to go back in character until we get all the info. I was not expecting this day to be this fun.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, fuck.
The plot keeps thickening.
I thought we had nothing to do today.
Should we ask him about Marceline now? At least so we have the information, so like we can continue the conversation as it was, and then. Okay. So
Do you want to go back in character?
First, what questions do we have for the DM? We have Mayor. We have Marceline.
Are you talking to me or the DM?
I'm making sure that we have all the questions so we can ask them all at once.
Okay, sorry, I was not within whisper range. I don't have.
Okay, so.
No.
So.
They are not. Okay,
you don't
sorry.
have the good ears.
So I'm asking. So we want to know about the election. At the very least, what the fuck is going on with that? We want to know about Marceline. That one's a little bit more important. Is there anything else we want from the DM?
Well.
Right now.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Warren Crassus.
Warren Crassus.
Flint would like me to run a background check on them.
Okay.
To vet them for deputy of the row. Or deputy of the Undercity. I think it was deputy. Or working with
the
Flint.
Undercity? Out of character question.
Wait, Flint's from the Undercity, right?
Yes. But Warren is a row character last I checked.
Flint asked for a background check on Warren Crassus.
I mean that's fine.
To work with him, so.
Just out of character question because okay. So
I don't know who Warren is, so.
Warren, Marceline, election, anything else we need from the DM?
I'm good.
So Calliope's sending over 3 names for us to update their IDs to be Monster employees. She's sending that information spirit message, which I don't know if I can receive, or Ariana's character is going to come deliver it.
So so we'll deal with that, and
so we'll probably
we'll deal with that later.
Okay, yeah. What do we?
Okay,
her Marceline's file.
Okay. So
what
what we were saying though, because that's all the questions, correct? That's all the questions.
That's all I got.
Okay, so in character we were talking about how the union owns. The union is owned by corporations. Okay, let's go back.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Yeah, like I said, corporations coming in saying that they own the union. That's home territory. That's comfort food right there. So.
Comfort food.
Something that was strange, though. I've met with the CEO before, last year.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't. He
was
said,
he an asshole back then too?
He said, "I like him." That didn't seem like something someone that knew me would say.
But do people don't like you?
I was gonna say we can unpack this. First off, he turned around and quite exuberantly explained to everyone in the room that he liked you.
Yes.
And what? Okay, cool, awesome.
It's the fact that after looking at me for I don't know how long, I just noticed him and then waved.
Mm-hmm.
Then he turned around and said, "I like him," as if he didn't know me.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you're commenting on his, possibly not knowing who you are.
I would.
Well, I guess that's to our benefit.
I've personally dealt with him before, and I would think it would be a little difficult to forget me.
Well, that is a valid point. I was going to say that Galactic CEO, of course, is going to go through thousands of people a day, but you are rather unique.
Yes.
But, while the database is pulling those things up, what are your thoughts on Master in the Undercity? I mean, they're claiming complete ownership.
Out of character, we need to ask him about the owning people thing as well.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
it's.
I mean, it's one thing to come in and claim property. Sorry?
It sounds even worse now, honestly.
Yeah, it does.
As I was talking with
It's
Finn,
going-
who was still there, supposedly.
Yes.
As I was talking
Or
with
he got
Jen,
hungry when I talked about comfort food.
I mentioned that if you look at a map of the city, there is the Union Tower in the center, the inner ring, which is owned by the corporations, as I suppose you know. There is the outer ring, which is what I govern, and then a dot that is Masaru on the edge. As I've said before, that to me alone is strange.
So you're saying that the dot is the Undercity?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, when we first started talking about this, and we found out about the tours, and you went off and did things with Trident, my main concern were the Grove and the Covenant. Grove and that other place.
Sanctuary?
Thank you, Sanctum. The Grove and the Sanctum. Because the Grove is a magical resource. I mean, have you ever been in the Grove?
Yes.
Okay, good. So the altars, the additional presence of magically inclined folk, the sparkly lights in the air.
I didn't look too much into it, but for the
I
short
see,
time I
I
was
see.
there, it was calming.
And you could say magical.
Yes.
It is a magical resource. I mean, think about it. I'm sure you've probably gone through some of the reports over the last year. There is a trend of concentration of matters involving magic that are on the edge of the row in the Undercity. Nothing in the Upper City. Nothing in the main part of the row. So there is either some magnetism or something natural. And what terrifies me even more now, because I can come to grips with Masru wanting to own the property, laying claim to the mineral rights or the magical rights of the land, but now claiming ownership of everyone there, which a very sizable portion are magic users.
Yes.
So this is now, I think, beyond a corporate matter. This is a possible humanitarian crisis. What if Masru decides that they want to have the true monopoly and corner on the magical market, and anyone that refuses to follow their way are dealt with? And you now already have an example of one way things are dealt with. And that wasn't even a magic user. Think about that happening and you knowing what is happening. You can feel in your blood something magical touching it well before the burning starts. It would have been 10 minutes of screaming, not 5. But, one of the things that Calliope mentioned, I think, was the fact that people were refusing to accept Masru, I think. There was something along those lines. My brain's fuzzy for some reason. I'll probably remember fully later, or when Otake gets out of his food coma, he can fill me in. But This is... It's gone from dirty, which I expect corporations to do, to messy. And the problem with messy is that there's cleanup.
Now, something I thought about was that Valkyrie, if they were to have that contract, they would either have... It would either be incredibly expensive, which we may or may not be able to actually afford, and then they wipe their hands of anything that we do, or they give us a better price and then maintenance and all of that for if they are to, in exchange for them to come check our records to make sure that nothing is awry, there is no plans for an uprising or anything of that sort.
Okay.
I'm not understanding. Can you go back to the beginning of this thought and start over again, please? Because I have to be misunderstanding you. I'm telling you, I have to be misunderstanding you. Please.
So,
again,
for the contract with Valkyrie, we haven't signed anything yet. But our options are more expensive, or they give us a better deal, and one time they check our databases just to assure themselves and other corporations that we aren't up to anything, in short.
Specifically check our spending record.
Finances, yes.
To make sure we didn't make any weird purchases before this.
They would be arming something that they own. Using Conrad's words.
I'm trying to figure out how to put my words in a non-blunt manner. But do you think there should be a galactic union? Tell me honestly. That scares me. Great.
Well, I also don't... I've only even known that this place even potentially exists for 11 years. I don't know it like you do. I've been doing my best to research and try to understand this culture so I can be a good governor, but I only know so much. I wasn't brought up in the same culture that you have been.
It's plain as day. It's so obvious. The corporation. What is the common goal of every corporation?
That would be money.
Exactly. Money and power. And at what cost?
At least in some cases it seems
no cost is spared.
Yes.
Right. So if Masaru says to get a corner on the magical market on this corner of the galaxy is to smudge out this source of magic that is not Masaru's, they're not going to think twice before they bulldoze over the grove, or foreclose on the sanctuary, kick everyone out, or start finding everyone that has a magic marker on their ID and round them up. And now they are truly their assets under their control.
Now, Alec wanted to speak to me privately after that little meeting. He asked me if I knew about Flint. I said no, he was a employee a year ago, but nothing recent. And he said we're on the same side.
Okay.
If we can't do anything
Alec and Flint. Okay, sorry.
If we can't do anything ourselves, we might need to use the other corporations as leverage.
Well, of course. Of course.
So, Alec was at a council meeting in the Undercity yesterday.
Okay.
So then he asked me about
Not the one from the day before. So.
Yes, yesterday. He asked me about Flint. Like I said no. And then he wouldn't give me any more information. But he did say that we're on the same side.
Okay. Well, what I'm getting at is that for a corporation, there's only two things that matter. Money, their stocks, whatever, their investments, and their property. And those are the only two things they see. And that's why the Galactic Union has to exist. Because we see the people. If the corporations had their way, they would plow over all the rows, Undercity, branch out into the wastelands, and just automate everything with machines. They don't need people. They don't need people here. There are other planets that are overpopulated that can pay for whatever they're going to give them. And by letting a corporation come in and audit our database, that's you're signing death certificates.
This is why I wanted to speak with Xenon about it.
Xenon is a little more eloquent with words and gentle with his delivery than I am. Which is a good thing. There are two sides to talking with corporations, and there's the side that Xenon is good with, and there's a side that I am good with, because sometimes bluntness is necessary. Like with this Calliope. As we've seen what she can do, she speaks in a very blunt manner. So, that's why I wanted to go there by myself and assert my presence. I mean, no insult to you or ill will, but I have a lot of questions that I do and don't want to ask. Because you're governor of the city. What was the vote?
A portion of the city.
A portion, that's right, a portion of the city. What percentage of the vote was in your favor?
I personally don't know. I left a year ago to go back to my home planet, and then I was contacted to return as governor.
By
out of character, I'm going to guess no-name union people or someone that I didn't specify that.
The only person that was here last season.
And when you got here, it was a shell of a organization. I mean, we've
It's
got
better than it was.
Yes, it is. Because we started hiring. I'm here. Sinon's here. Sinon's got a good head on his shoulders. Take is fantastic at security. Sorry.
Struggle a little bit for that one, didn't you?
But what I'm saying is that you are a very, very specific person. That they could have pulled Jimothy up here to be governor. And with enough pressure, Jimothy would do whatever anyone tells him to do.
The female newscast actually thought Jimothy worked up here, funny enough.
Oh, dear God.
Honestly, I was probably as surprised as anyone else.
Right. So, what I'm saying is that this entire situation right here is manufactured. We didn't find ourselves here. We were placed here. I mean, you've admitted that there's a lot that goes on with these corporations that you don't understand, that you're still learning about. With contracts, with Trident. Under the table contracts is the only thing that corporations do. And those have to be in writing. Because if they're not in writing or some kind of recorded form, what happened here an hour ago is what happens. This is how I want it and it's going to be this way. As opposed to going, no, we discussed it, negotiated, and decided upon these parameters. So without a contract, nothing's in our favor. Unless we're doing it to someone else, which...
Even if we do a contract, we got nothing backing it up, clearly.
Well, if it is a written contract, then that is binding.
It is binding, and if one thing that the corporations do is that if one corporation reneges on a binding contract, the other corporations are going to go, oh, well, what about our contracts that we currently have with you? And if they cancel all those contracts, that corporation goes under. So it's a check and balances on it. That's the corporate check and balance right there. Is we have all of these dastardly, dirty contracts that we're doing things that we shouldn't be doing for the sake of profit. We're all doing it, and we know it, so that if one of us steps out of line, we're going to distance ourselves from them, because we don't want people to find out what contracts there really are. We don't want to miss out on the contracts that we do have.
Oh, that's the thing. That's what a lot of corporations are doing with us right now, because apparently shit happened in the past.
Right. And Trident is taking advantage of us. Masaru. I mean, what corporation is the better example of obvious? They declared martial law. I'm throwing the term martial law because they went in and they took ownership and was like, okay, simmer down, community. We're in control now. They invaded and claimed land. I was under the understanding that there was some kind of disaster, or when the whole thing a year happened ago, that a ton of damage happened and Masaru rebuilt the Undercity. If they did that, I could understand that they had made a financial investment. But word for word from Calliope, they said, we don't like the way they're working down there. It's ours now. What they did, the exact thing that they did, and the only thing they did, was they removed the Galactic Union from the picture. And now they handle all civil matters and anything that can encompass. And that's why I wanted to watch my tongue when Trident was here. Yep.
I was calling a DM.
I couldn't hear anything you were saying.
I was calling a DM.
Okay. Cool. And that's why I was concerned when Trident was here, and they brought up Masteru, and I immediately went, I am not in the position to make comments. Because I know that whatever I say to them, they're going to say the exact same thing, but it's not what I said, because it's Trident. But I'm pretty confident that the other corporations are not aware of the intent and the actual process of which took for Masteru taking control of the Undercity, taking possession. And if they find out, that might be past the line for them that they can tolerate. I have to go get that.
Wait.
DM here? Oh.
1 second. It's too. I've. Oh well, we have a number of questions. However, Alec's coming, I think.
Okay.
I thought that this was going to be a decent moment. Quick one. There, at the very least, is there's a election in the row for mayor. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's part of a story weave for Booza.
Okay. I'm not going to look it up now because we have bigger fish to fry, but
yeah,
I'm at least going to want to look into who else is running.
Yeah,
don't need the information now. So, yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah. So just so you know, what we want to talk about when we have a chance and like we're not having Alec, looking into Marceline, looking into the acquisition of the Undercity again, because apparently it's martial law and they own the people, and background check on Warren. Just so you know.
Okay.
I'm not sure that's Alec.
There's a combat engineer, I think from the Wastelands, that would like to talk to us about the current affairs of things. Shall we go? Because this is just going to get better.
I suppose.
All right. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, this doesn't have to be a formal affair, so don't worry about.
No, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hold on.
But right. So I'm Ark.
Sir.
I'm a consultant
Good to
with the
see you.
Galactic Union.
And I am Rhapsoidia, as I'm going to guess you know that I am the governor.
Yes, as I've been told. Good to meet you, sir.
And you are?
Or ma'am. I am Hans Alphonse. I am a combat engineer, though I haven't checked in some time, I suppose.
Okay then.
Had to suggest you're located in Scraptown?
Indeed. That was where I found myself after leaving my previously occupied world.
Apologies, continue then.
No, not whatsoever. Not needed. Just, I suppose, come up while I found myself here to check in on the state of the affairs of overall Union. It's been some time since I've been able to as well. I suppose from what I'm hearing, the Union lost.
Yes.
Oh,
a while ago.
50 years ago.
Not 50.
I thought it was closer to 20.
Was it? Oh, 20.
Like
I'm
25,
sorry.
I think.
It's been more than a decade. So,
Only a short amount of time then.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, okay.
I was just coming out of I suppose, young adulthood when the war started, so.
I see.
Okay, then.
So what brought you up to the upper city today?
Well, I actually came along with the deputy of Scraptown to enforce Scraptown law on an individual known as Jera Slima, I believe, of Astral Corporation. Yes,
So,
he wanted me to bear witness to the affair.
I see. And it did not cross your mind to involve the Galactic Union, of whom has jurisdiction up here in this matter?
That's why I was here. It's purely between Scraptown and Astral Corporation, unfortunately. As much as I'd love to intervene with Union rules and regulations, it was Scraptown rule and law.
We have no jurisdiction in Scraptown after all.
But, never mind.
Apologies. I wish I
so
could.
the state of things.
Yes. How is the situation with Union overall? Have we lost critical sectors? What is? I've been out of the loop for some time.
Personally,
question.
I'm relatively new here. I am from a planet that was discovered 10 years ago. So, I personally don't know much about the war or anything like that.
I see. Technically newborn.
All I know is that we have been referred to as a puppet government a number of times.
I see.
Coming out of the war, the Galactic Union is a shell of what it used to be, which unfortunately puts us expressly under the thumb of the corporations. But we do find ourselves in a position where we do provide critical services to the people. And we also do help with the interaction between corporations to make sure things don't get a little too out of hand. Because if they go full out war, we see what's happened before. As for the current state of things, it is once again sort of hard to put your thumb on it because things are in constant flux and changing hands constantly. So there are things that we are working on right now. But with those things ongoing, it's sort of difficult to talk about them.
I understand completely. Again, I'm just a combat engineer, so I just wish to reaffirm and reacquaint myself with proper Union contacts.
Excellent.
So, apologies if I'm stepping my station.
You are perfectly fine. We can definitely take your ID information and make sure that's all renewed and up to date and everything, and get you.
That would be much appreciated.
And contact information so we can stay in contact as well.
Of course.
Yep.
If you have need of former Union personnel in Scraptown, or at least someone there, I will be your man if you need me. Or Moxodon, I suppose.
Excellent. I would suggest...
That was good, since we were only aware that the only other Union identity down there was a synthetic named Toolbox.
Yeah, it's a pizza.
Well, that's hardly an agent.
Right. I would be careful with how much you go around saying that you are with the Union.
Of course.
From my understanding, people in the wastelands, the Scraptown, as you know, they have their own rule of law, and they govern themselves, which is perfectly fine. And we know that they have a structured government there, and we know that they're not, being inhumane or anything.
One moment. Apologies. Yes, Scraptown is indeed, from what I can tell, a very independent place. It is somewhere to work with, however, if you can try to. There are a lot of former Union down there. One, Willie Walker, I believe his name is. He's one of the gunsmiths down there. He has a Union belt on still.
Oh, wow. Well,
I believe he was a soldier on the front lines, at least.
I was going to say there was a time that was very proud, or one could be very proud to be involved with the Galactic Union.
Indeed. I still
He will
hold that
take
same
pride
pride.
within. Thank you.
Oh, very well.
But I would like to say that if anything comes up, feel free anytime to contact us, send a message however you can. I don't know if you have access to
We
electronic
have
means to
basic
send
email
messages.
capabilities.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah. So when we get your contact information, we'll make sure that you are set up with
Mm.
ways to get things to us. No concern is too small. We of course would like to hear about what's going on. Yeah.
Oh, very good to hear. I will
Should I get that information?
keep in touch when I can.
Now then?
Oh, of course. It's a little outdated, but it'll have to do, I suppose. There you go.
Sorry, I got a little caught on the table.
Their
It's
fingers
fine.
sometimes, yeah,
It
it's hard
is-
to press them.
No, I know the struggle. It's fine.
Yes.
I will make
And
sure that you're
personally,
added to
if you,
the various contacts that we have.
Please do.
Mm.
And again, thank
If you
you.
find yourself in the upper city again, our radio channel is 40, if you want to remember that. So
40,
if you,
very well.
you come
I'll,
over here, you can contact us and we can make sure if you need any accommodations, we can handle that.
Very well. Thank you, ma'am.
And personally, if any matters of magical concern come up in Scrap Town, which I haven't heard of much of anything happening, so I'm curious if there is anything down there. Feel
We
free
have
to
an establishment known as the Enclave that seem to handle it. One Miss Sheila,
Oh,
one Miss Riza, one Stella, and one Wit, I believe, are part of
oh
that
wow.
group.
Excellent. Well, that's a sizable group of people. Maybe I should, at some point, find time to go down there and introduce myself.
Yes, indeed. They have been good, I suppose, citizens so far. They work up and across from me from my store down there. I currently help run the junk mart down there. So if you have need of me, that is the place I usually am.
Okay. As you can tell, I'm a
That is-
connoisseur of junk, so.
No, of course. And I haven't wanted to say anything, but I'm rather curious. I'll be honest.
You're okay. It is just, it's metal.
Steel, aluminum, iron.
No aluminum, mostly ferrous metals. Well, I guess entirely
I see.
ferrous metals. It's magnetic means.
Oh, I see. I understand. And then I suppose your composition allows you to manipulate magnetic materials or something of the sort. I can only guess.
To some degree, yes. Whoa,
very
there we
well.
go. Yep. As you can see, I basically can come apart. But yeah, just a mastery of metal, you could say. I'm very in tune with the earth.
And while I have you, I suppose I could put these forward to you. I have been not idle. Scraptown has been under assault recently by bandits and the like. Even one of the councilmen has been kidnapped, but has thus been retrieved or attempted to be retrieved, from what I understand. But while I have it here, he's going to pull out a blueprint and roll it out on the table. These are the plans I have for the new Scraptown defenses. Multiple points of anti-incursion, turret positions, and much more better materials than what has been put up so far. It's practically just scrap metal layered on top of each other with a gate in the middle. So for now, this is the plan, but any help for this project would be seen positively on the council.
Well, if we have any civil engineers that could take a look at it. I don't know if we have any kind of combat mechanics. Definitely no one of your talent, but can definitely have possibly someone look over and make sure everything looks structurally sound and
maybe. Unfortunately, at the very least, we are a little busy, so We will see what we can do.
Understandable,
but,
and I don't mean to impose. I'm just simply letting you know the state of the matters down there.
Absolutely. And we'll take note of it, and we'll see what we can do. As Rhapsoidia said, we are a bit busy, but...
I understand. Then I won't take up any more of your time. I believe that's everything I've come to do, I suppose.
Excellent.
Well...
There we go.
It was a pleasure to meet you, and, Utake, if you could show him out.
Of course.
Of course.
It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am. Have a good day.
Have a good day.
You too.
Union strong.
I have not heard that in forever.
Please.
Literally.
I believe that is the first time I've heard it.
Well, as you said, you haven't been around long. You haven't been part of the Union long, so...
Yes.
I was not participant to the war, though, I did see the tail end of it and what it had done. But what was left of the Galactic Union was able to bring aid to my planet, and, that's when I grew a fondness for the Union. But, this could be very, fortunate for us.
If we should
because,
continue our discussions.
Sure, yeah.
You were the one that wished for a quieter conversation.
Sure, and I mean, I don't think anyone's going to, be sneaking up into the office, especially with Utake looking over everything, but, I'm just being rather paranoid today with, the interesting, altercation I had first thing this morning, which I had completely forgotten about until just now. And then the, dealings with Trident and Masaru. There's always...
We still have another hour,
and those
man.
ears are attached to brains that always want to manipulate, so...
Yes. So what happened first thing?
I'm hoping it's just random happenstance.
Do you two still need me,
Oh,
or
that's the
can
radio.
I start heading down to the Undercity now?
I do believe that you are free to go to the Undercity now. Unless you wish
Very
to
well,
continue in conversations, but it is your choice.
I wasn't having much way in that conversation. I think Ark is making her point quite well.
DM here. How can I help?
Hi. Yes. So.
That scared the shit out of you?
I'm gonna take a seat.
If you do need me forever though, just
no.
just call me.
There's a lot going on
No,
here.
you're fine. You're fine.
The other com.
Understood. So we have some. We have some.
Oh my god!
We got some things.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
This is like, as you probably have seen, this is probably like the 5th time I've called DMs.
It's all good, man. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's roleplay and
Yeah,
that.
this is the Galactic Union.
So,
Sorry.
It's all good.
So, 3 questions. 3 things. We want to look into Marceline, we want to look into Warren, and we want to look into the fact that Masaru effectively, at the very least, declared martial law on the Undercity and now owns the people.
I was in that conversation. If you'd like me to deliver how that was presented to me by Calliope, I can do that.
Yeah. Well, here. What are you guys trying to do?
Okay.
So first,
3 things.
I think first thing on the list was
Let's go with Marceline
well,
first.
let's go one at a time.
Yeah, Marceline.
Okay. Yeah. So
we are
Marceline.
Go
ahead. Sorry.
So all words stopped. I found out about Sarah, which is a very found out about Sarah, and now we are wanting to look into Marceline, at the very least, to see what she does for the Union now.
Well, okay.
Or, like, if you want to reword it.
Because evidently I'm changing her... well, not I am, but the Union's changing her ID over from Union to Masaru. So... my big question is what is she registered as employee-wise with the Union?
Okay. I'm gonna, full disclosure, I don't know the answer to this, so I'm gonna inquire, and I'm gonna figure it out. Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
The plot just keeps on getting thicker and thicker.
Yes! And I was worried the Upper City was going to be boring.
I had no plans, but here we go. So while he's doing that...
I'm ready. Mm-hmm.
You were talking about what happened first thing.
Right, so I was on my way to the office this morning, and a young lady, very little young lady, was standing around the tower, and got my attention, and said that she was interested in getting a job at Gab. And I was like, well, it's the big obvious pink one. You can go up there and inquire about a job. And she expanded upon being shy and nervous and wanting someone to go up there with her and introduce her to Gab. And I was feeling very I can't think of the word. Charitable. I was feeling very charitable this morning. So, as you heard, I took my time to go up there and introduce Remy to Gab. Evidently, she is second generation Gab and would like to get a job there. Gab management was completely absent from today. They're off doing whatever they are doing
guys. Give me another
outside
second.
of the tower.
Okay.
No worries. And we went up there, and the employees that were there were fairly blunt and were not very receptive of Remy. And that conversation ended. And that was as normally as I would expect it to go. Some random person going up to a corporation saying, "I want to work for you." After that, she asked me to accompany her to the train. But first, she had to check on her friends at Masaru.
I'll
And
be
the
right
moment
back.
she mentioned
I promise.
that,
1 second. I just gotta figure this
Okay.
out.
And once she mentioned that, I started getting very concerned. Because, I mean, random young lady in a Geb outfit, Geb-themed outfit, with a Geb ID. Going to check on their friends from Masaru and then get back to wherever they were going to deal with other things that they had to deal with today. She went off and did that. It was a very short visit over to Masaru that she did, just moments, enough to run up to the gate and then run back. And then when we got to Traverse, this is the worst part. She insisted that her ID wouldn't scan. It was not renewed or up to date or something, or broken, and that she needed me to scan for her. And I said, well, we can go into Traverse and have them update the transportation information. And she expressed that she was in a great hurry. And I was like, well, we can wait here together if you want, while they get that squared away. But she kept insisting, and eventually I did break down, and I scanned my badge for her. So I'm hoping it's just random happenstance. Some young person coming up from a row thinking that they can get back up into the upper city life. And...
So, you're searching. I'm so sorry, guys. So you're searching through your trying to search through your database to find out what
database.
Marceline's position is at the GU.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you easily find in your database Marceline hasn't worked for the GU in about a year since the invasion. They were a prosthetics mechanic.
And what was her what did she make prosthetics for the Union to that capacity, or what was her role?
From what it looks like in the database, yeah, it looks. I mean, she was a prosthetics mechanic at the GU, so it seemed like she probably made prosthetics.
And now,
for
did she
the GU.
quit a year ago?
It doesn't say in your records whether she quit or was fired. But if she was fired, it doesn't give a reason.
So, as of a year ago, she doesn't work for the union.
Correct.
The fuck?
Great. That's not good for her.
That's just adding so many more layers. Okay. Let's go with Warren now. Background check on Warren, like just general background check.
Yep, basically, for a like a civil patrol kind of deal, like an officer. Well, I mean, you're DM.
Now Warren,
Flint's taking a deputy.
Well, Warren
so,
Crassus, I believe that
according
is.
to Flint.
I'm fairly certain that's Finehelm.
Yeah, Warren Crassus.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the backstory of all these characters that I'm not. Is this another GU character?
No.
No.
But we would likely have access to be able to do a background check on him.
Okay. Are they? Is this a Row character?
Yes.
I believe so. Yes.
At least last I checked.
Warren. What's the character's name? Is Warren, right?
Yes. Warren Crassus.
Warren Crassus. Okay.
Played by Vinehelm.
Got it. Give me one moment.
Yep. Okay.
So I immediately acknowledged that I made a bad choice. But I mean, what's a kid going to do? Going back from the upper city. I mean, at least they're not here anymore and they're gone. Questions I should have asked before I dragged them back up here.
Oh.
Yeah, so all I know is that I'm going to be keeping an eye out for a person that looks like that, because now I think they have slighted me, and I would like to know why. I mean, I am not the long arm of the justice. I mean, I can do as much justice as the Galactic Union can, which... Exactly. But... yeah. Shame on me.
So...
Sorry, guys. Just give me a second. And then, what was the third thing that you needed?
The third thing was looking again into the Saru, and apparently, I'll let you.
Yeah. Do you want to jump into that now? Are you waiting on a response?
Well, I am, but just so I know, like if I need to ask other DMs anything else.
This is the.
Okay, so situation is.
Yeah. Go.
It's the Masaru occupation of the Undercity. I have found out the Calliope's motivation that she revealed to me, at least. I don't know if it's the true one. Basically, Calliope said that they didn't like the way that the people were running themselves down there. It was dangerous, so they came in and took it over, and they now have ownership of the land, assets, and people. And I put emphasis on "and people." She put emphasis on yes. So, this is like war crime stuff. So,
welcome to Helion.
Yes!
So what's the?
Thank you.
Okay, so
basically,
what's the question?
I'm going to get the boys downstairs to run the audits to figure out, what kind of paper trails there are, if anything.
Yeah, paper trails is probably good.
Because
can they just do that in a city like this?
So.
Like legally?
Do audits?
No. Can they effectively enslave people? They own the people of the Undercity now, according to Calliope.
They have the assets to do it.
You're saying just can they do what they are currently doing?
Yes, like land assets. That's corp stuff. It's the people that we're mainly concerned about.
Yeah, as Galactic Union, do I have any ground to stand on the fact that they are claiming ownership to the people? Which puts them in a violation of something.
You are more than welcome to try.
Basically,
to tell them like that they can't do that if you'd like.
Okay. So would we have anything backing us up saying that?
Thank you. Yeah. Well.
I mean, to be honest, guys, if you want to make up some, you guys are the government. If you want to make up some bullshit law, not bullshit law, but like you want to make up a law on the spot, then like you are the. What's that?
Can we place sanctions? Can we place sanctions on them?
I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, but I don't see why they wouldn't possibly retaliate.
Well, I mean, so roleplay. I want some.
No, absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It's your choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a risk. We can choose whether or not to take.
So we have control.
Of
course.
So you're saying
we can freeze their assets.
We can do that. We can without clearing with at least anyone in character, maybe talking to you guys, but at least clearing anything in character. Like we can make laws on our own.
I don't see why not. You guys are the
holy shit,
the Galactic
holy
Union
fuck
government.
See, okay,
you know,
okay.
But the thing is,
character, I'm sorry for being such a bitch to you.
I mean, it's in character.
Remember the shit job he was doing.
Okay.
They were doing. Sorry.
There hasn't been a precedent for this, obviously. So, what I'm saying is, what I do want to say is that, it would be realistic that the corporations, when they defeated the Union in the war, they might have placed, I mean, the Galactic Union is a puppet government, right? So they might have had things in place to keep laws from, getting pushed forward, or they might have bribed enough people to not bother with anything that they're doing or things like that. But you guys haven't been bribed or anything, right?
Right.
Okay, so technically we can. However, there may or may not be consequences if we're correct.
So I mean, the grounds
you're more than welcome
to
take the risks. Yeah.
The grounds that we have right now are crimes against humanity, basically. Because I mean, this is not like you didn't pay taxes, so we're going to fine you kind of law. This is you're encroaching upon sentient rights.
Yeah, like they are officially synthetics now, to put it very, very simply.
Give me just 1 second here. You guys continue discussing. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, you are brilliant. Okay, sorry.
How did you not think about that?
Because I look at them as people, and I look at robots as they are just tools. They're just hardware.
We can hear
never
you.
Going to associate. I'm never going to associate a person to a robot. That's disgusting. That's a crime against humanity right there in itself, dear. Anyways, but no, yeah, I'm gonna do some yoga because I'm excited.
Okay.
So we can start our own propaganda campaign.
Okay, just to make sure we were more or less done with the previous conversation in character, correct? Before he came in.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
We were. I'm trying to make sure. Yeah, I believe we were more or less just saying that's strange. Hopefully, nothing happens. That's it.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep my eye out to see if I notice them.
Yeah. So
that was my conclusion. Yeah.
Okay, so we can say that I've looked up things and such, and yada yada yada. I'm going to we're going to keep the robots to people thing in mind. I might bring it up, but yes.
I mean, we can just kick off from the end of the Remy conversation and loop back to
that.
And you got an email from the boys downstairs.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
3. I'm sorry.
And the DM comes back right when we're gonna go cards up.
Okay, hi.
Characters up.
Sorry. Okay,
no,
so
you're fine. Rolling
GU
your
is
turn.
looking up information on Warren, right?
Yes.
Warren Crassus. Yeah.
Okay, so basic info that you guys can pull up. Sorry, let me switch out of this Discord channel. Okay, so
this
basic
is
info
like
that you would be able
proper
to pull
background
up.
check. Deal.
Yeah, right. So what you're able to kind of pull up, you can find that he is currently under contract with Shimet. Make sure I'm whispering. Currently under contract with Shimetsu. They have a deal worked out where he supplies the row with some firearms in return, cash and loyalty, I suppose.
Okay, so to make sure I understand,
Go ahead.
So does that mean he is a
I'm just taking things
gunsmith
from
in the row, or he is taking Shimetsu stuff and giving it to people in the row for money and such?
It is unclear, but the big thing the big flag that you can find is that he's down in the row selling Shimetsu weapons.
Okay, so
He's a guns dealer that has he's a guns dealer under contract with Shimetsu. That's
Okay.
what I would take away from that.
There you
go. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
I'm just making. So going back to the previous point, I just want to make sure we're not forgetting anything.
I failed political science. No.
So we can make our own laws. I mentioned that they are effectively synthetics now because they are owned. They are property.
Mm-hmm.
She freaked out about that. I think the key thing from you is that we can make our own laws. Just be careful of consequences if we choose to take the risk. Correct?
I mean, we would have to
make sense. I mean,
we clear it with the DM because there would be RP feasibility, and then there also has to be some kind of ramp up just in case there is like a mole or someone involved with the GU that can circumvent that process, so DMs can set that up and inform the right people. I would assume. But yeah, so as long as we just
preferably just run it by. Yeah, if you guys want to set up a new law, just run it by DMs.
Mm-hmm.
And preferably, like you would turn it in like during like the when overnight. So then the next day the law would kind of go into effect. That way we have time to kind of like go back and forth and fine tune it.
The other thing is we're dealing with crimes against sentience here, crimes against humanity, or sentient rights.
Yeah. So, is there anything like just on that in general that we would be able to that would already exist that we could put on them?
Oh yeah, is there a precedent?
Well, it seems like they're doing it now with no opposition from the Galactic Union.
Is there anything? And I mean, I hate to put you on the spot if you have to make something up, but historically, has anyone else ever tried to like take ownership of a town of people or a community of people and face the backlash?
Yeah, sure. I mean, plenty of and I mean throughout history, there's been times of like empires conquering other empires and inheriting all of the towns and everything that come with it.
It's not really like conquering. This is they just like ours. We don't like the way that you're running your stuff, so we moved in and you're ours now.
I mean that's more or less
I guess
empire
technically
stuff.
they conquered it from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And like paper trail for the sake of the Masaru thing, like it's all above board. It's all legal. Like at least we won't be able to find anything that would be wrong about it. Correct?
Because
about anything.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I would specifically want to look into the fact that they're leasing property down there, and what is the paper trail giving them the ability to lease out that property.
Yeah, like
where does it say they actually own that property and have the ability to lease it?
I know that Honduras told me basically that it's a sort of a gray area as to whether or not, as to how much, whether or not they can do this, because it was sort of a non-entity. It was separated from the row, therefore, like, it's technically not a part of the row anymore. That makes things very difficult for us.
The thing is that since you guys are the government, you're free to kind of like try to regulate them and try to force them to write out the paperwork and make it clear.
Well, so as far as I know, the paperwork is more or less clear. However, I'm not sure if it's clear on the people part.
True. I mean, what is there a Bill of Rights? I mean, what rights do the people there have? Because if they're claiming ownership to the people, then they need to expressly state what rights they have. Or else, yeah.
I imagine in a place like this, a Bill of Rights does not exist.
Fair.
However, if you want to draft one up, if the GU wants to make a Bill of Rights.
Oh man, you have given us so much power. It honestly would have been nice to know this.
I mean, you guys are
before now.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, Rhapsodia has been here for what, 3 days?
So
you are discovering
like
this real time.
even out of character, though. Like I when I first talked to Hundera about me becoming the governor, I was like, okay, at some point I would like to know exactly what I can do, so I know exactly what I can do.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I know that we don't have an army, but do we have any sizable force of guards or I guess there is no police presence, is there?
Not really, no. You have you have guards, you have, people working for the Galactic Union, yeah.
Yeah, so basically
how do those numbers rival the guards that Masaru has?
Masaru,
I'm putting it out there.
Masaru and all the corporations subdued the Galactic Union, right? To
okay, so yeah.
So they probably stripped them of like armies or anything like that. Down to,
and you know about our deal.
I would
deal
assume
with Valkyrie, and there's a lot of hesitation on that.
Right.
Which we haven't signed yet.
I'm not going to tell you guys. Yes, that's true. Sorry.
Yeah,
just we can take care of that.
Right now on that we're waiting. That was mostly to make sure, like, you as a DM don't accidentally think we've done anything when we haven't. Right now I'm waiting to talk about the new terms with Sinon. Unfortunately, he isn't here today.
All right. Well, cool. Yeah. Well, just obviously ping DMs whenever you're doing anything anything crazy. But all right. Enjoy yourself.
Oh boy, thank you. Ah! Man, today has been a day.
can have a seat if you want. Or stand. Rhapsoidia.
Hello again.
Are you busy right now?
No.
Okay, good. Miss Fishbowl came back up to follow up on the her inquiry about promotion.
Well.
And seeing if we had come to a decision on there.
What I'm thinking, at the very least, is that things are still a little complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately. Would you agree?
I would definitely agree.
However, there's at least a chance that we might be able to get something figured out.
Right. I mean, at least a pay increase, because I mean, Fishbowl's been with the union for quite a while, and I mean, down in the Undercity, it's not that expensive, so. Right?
I suppose a pay increase should be fine.
Mm-hmm. Just a merit increase, of course. And then as things develop, because there's a lot going on with the Undercity, we can figure out what roles are needed down there. To be blunt with you, when I talked to Miss Calliope today, and I was being blunt to her also, as I tend to do, I asked her about the Galactic Union presence in the Undercity, and Mossru does not have a problem with us being there. The only thing that we can't do, according to them right now, is be part of their governing group, or part of running the city. So supporting the city, of course, so the water treatment and the trash collection will still go on as it does. But we can't, have like a police force or be part of the lawmaking process, according to them. That organizational stuff. But I'm confident we'll be able to find something.
Yes, unfortunately, things have gotten more complicated than I believe either of us expected.
Indeed. Which, I mean, to have another Mr. Flint situation down there, someone who is off the books, operating to an official capacity with us, might be useful. Even maybe someone directly involved with the community down there. A community that might be concerned about their standing.
Yes.
I mean, I can just keep doing what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
I think that is the best thing to do for now. Sorry.
Well, that's fine then. I just, from that official side of things, I just wanted to know. Yeah.
Yes, we are. We are sorry.
I've just
that
been.
Things have been complicated.
No, it's fine. It's not. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna stay with the coven and do my own personal things, and if anything arises that might be of concern, then I'll approach the union about it, just to ask or query about it. Whether or not you guys do anything about any concerns is up to you.
Well, if anything comes up, please feel free to contact me at any time. Have you looked into is it spirit talking, where you can send a spirit along to deliver a message?
No.
Okay. I'd like you to. I'm going to start looking into that myself, because I've found that on Helios things are sort of a little more spread apart than I'm used to. So I'm going to look into being able to communicate in that manner. So that would be helpful. Probably a very easy way for us to talk back and forth.
Okay. There is one concern.
Yes.
That I've heard, and there is this is just an update. I think it's being handled, but there are weaponry in the Undercity at the moment with some kind of runic embellishment or magic per se that has been making people not themselves. Hearing voices, for example. If you've heard anything about that, then I just wanted to let you know that the Coven has heard of it, or is, and also the what's it called? What do they call it now? The council people. I think they're looking into it as well.
I see. Oh, that is probably not a healthy thing for them. I'm sorry. Have you seen these runes yourself, dear?
No.
Okay. Alright. If you have any idea of where they are, please stay away from them. If you unwillingly are exposed or you see them, try to remember the rough shape. I'll be able to figure out from a very rough description what they are, because my specialty is in runes.
Yes.
Yeah, just let me know if anything else gets weirder.
Kind of assumed. That's why I thought I might bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
But if it does escalate, I just wanted to let you know just before things escalate.
That is understandable.
I appreciate that. It's important too, because we want to make sure that we have a good understanding of what might be happening before it happens.
I mean, since I've been living with the Union mostly my whole life, I think I'll just continue doing that, and until you have some kind of job for me to do, then just let me know. Until then, I'll just live as a citizen and I guess be extra eyes and ears.
Yes,
just
please.
For the safety of the people.
Well, very much so. I would still suggest to find a different attire if you could, or just have the trimming changed if you can.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, yeah. I don't want you to get into undue troubles.
I'm really excited about it.
Is that it?
Okay. I think.
Sorry. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you for the information. We appreciate it.
Okay.
Your badge should work on the door outside, so if you just want to leave, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
You're welcome here, of course.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Well, it looks like I'm going to be making a visit to the Undercity a lot sooner than I thought I was going to.
Hopefully not tonight. There isn't much time and we still need to discuss things.
No. We need to discuss matters. It's probably going to be a long night. I think that, I think we've gotten more on the same page, and I'm
more or less
sorry for being blunt earlier. I mean, I guess saying you don't know how to do your job is not the right way to say it. You're just not well informed at the moment to be able to
at
fill
the very
the
least, it
capacity of
isn't
your role.
incorrect.
Right. So again, I mean no ill will or insult. It's just having worked with corporations for as long as I have, and seeing what's happened in the last few days is frustrating, borderline infuriating. Because corporations will take advantage of us.
Shall we head back to my office?
But
as
sure.
we continue speaking.
Yes.
One thing I find concerning is what is stopping the Sorrow or any other corporation from doing what they've done to the Undercity, to the wastelands, to Scraptown.
To portions of the rows. To entire rows.
Well, that would be different, I believe, because the rows are actually governed by official...
That's true.
Official bodies.
Well, I think one of the first things we need to do is look at the books and see if there's any kind of regulations on the weaponization of magic. I mean, we're in a situation where it's fortunate enough that we can somewhat lay the groundwork for the appropriate use of magic, at least on a corporate level. Unlike we were able to do with bullets or plasma. Honestly, magic is like... it's worse than chemical warfare. If it's done poorly or intentionally, there's a lot of collateral damage. Right. I'd like to know exactly what these weapon caches are. So I'd like to plan a trip to the Coven. I have clothing more fitting of the environment, and I'm pretty sure I can get to the Coven without anyone knowing, or the I can't think of the right words today, I'm sorry. But get down there to ask about these runes in a clandestine way that won't bring any more danger to them. Or me. Or us.
One thing that is strange to me as well is that if they own the people of the Undercity, that makes them property. That's like synthetics.
On the surface, that is true. This is just escalating, isn't it? This is not... I mean, it's basic sentient rights. I mean, you're right, they're claiming them as property, and from what they've demonstrated, if they feel as though their property is out of line, they can throw it out like a robot. And thinking about treating a human like that, or a mushroomkin, or anything other than a robot, treating it like a robot is just deplorable and unforgivable, yeah. I mean, if history hasn't taught us one thing, is taking sentient lives into ownership never turns out well. Which is good for us, because robots, their processing stops at some point and they can't really go further beyond that and figure out how to have an insurrection or a rebellion or anything. But sentients, they form up and have opinions and make decisions on their own that might not be safe to them. Which could be something that we can... just something that we could leverage. I hate saying that, but I mean, we're in this game, and if they're playing like that, then unfortunately we have to come on some level to meet them. I mean, ultimately, it's not truly manipulating the people into believing something to act on false information. This is apparently true. But we can empower them with knowledge.
So, how much do you think we can trust Alec?
You want my honest, blunt truth?
I feel like you're going to give it anyway.
You're right. Alec is an idiot. But by some happenstance or innate skill luck, they've made it as far as they have. But that is also something that can be to our advantage. As long as they are happy, they think that they're doing good business, then we're in good regards. Even if we are doing the corporate thing and bending the situation in our favor. So if we're the ones forming the contract, so if you come to another agreement with Alec, but it's documented, and we handle that documentation, then basically that puts us in the position that Alec has been in the last couple of days, being able to go, I want it this way. We'll be able to do that. Just more like, no, it's our way.
Well, what I meant is, how much of this can we tell him? Because if he truly is our ally, then that is someone that might be able to officially fight against Masaru.
In that case, I'm trying to think of how Masaru can get the upper hand on us, because they're currently completely limiting transportation between the Undercity and anywhere else, which Traverse makes a lot of money off of that. There's a lot of people in the Undercity that go places. I mean, they usually free travel between the Scrap Town and the Undercity somewhat. I'm sorry, the Row somewhat. So it would be in their best interest for that open transportation to happen. It would be in our best interest because that gives the people additional freedom. Because once Monster starts setting up checkpoints, it gets really obvious what they're doing.
It was...
I'm just trying to figure out that...
Traverse that would be setting up transportation.
Exactly.
They already are.
Alec is with Traverse, right?
Yes.
Oh, they already are. Well, it would be in their best interest for Masaru to not be in a position where they can make demands limiting the transportation of people from the Undercity, is what I'm saying.
To my understanding, that is more or less the agreement. Traverse has full control over the transportation, especially when they set up their systems.
But Masaru also decided one day, I don't like the way the Undercity's being ran. It's ours now. What stops them from going, I don't like people being able to go out to Scrap Town. You're not allowed to do any more lines from Undercity to Scrap Town. Because the train station might be up and running, but the entrance to the terminal, with a bunch of Masaru guards in front painted purple, that's going to stop people from
that be
traversing.
Wouldn't that be Traverse as well, the stations? They currently own the station.
Right, but if Masaru surrounds our building with guards while we're at home sleeping, and we decide to come into work the next day, but our office is surrounded with guards, can we get into our office? At some point,
what can I do for you?
Oh, that was quick. Sorry. I want to look into if there are any contracts between Traverse and Masaru about transportation in the Undercity.
You would not have access to that.
Damn. I wanted to try.
Yeah, fair. No.
You know that's one
I mean,
thing
you know
we
where
could
the limits are until you
start
try.
doing
You know.
is
Yeah.
Put in place a system for contracts to be documented, so that it's not oversight. It's just keeping a sight on it. Sorry, we're talking about the fact that we might have that we have the ability to make up laws to run by DMs.
Yeah.
We have the power. Why did it look like you just slumped?
Yeah, it's.
Don't blame me. Blame your co-DM. Wait, is he gone?
I think it's gone.
Oh, I think he just flexed out.
Or
It was like, yeet. Fuck
He
this.
might have accidentally pressed a button or something, but unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, so right. So at some point, Traverse's property ends, and then is Moss' property. Yeah.
Well, I would hope that they would have measures put into where that is not allowed.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we want to put in some kind of regulation saying that no corporation, we would have to. Sorry. So the thought is that no corporation can limit the movement of individuals between regions. But then the problem comes in that Traverse is basically the one that manages that. They would have to be completely bought in on it. And just a second thing, shit. And we would also have to address the fact that we don't want people from Scraptown being able to hop the train to the upper city. I mean, as much as I believe in sentient rights, there has to be some kind of limits put in place to maintain lifestyles.
Well, I think for now it is time to rest, and we can. Hi.
Don't wait.
Did you
have your nameplates off? What the fuck?
Sorry, what?
What?
Oh, no, I. It was actually accidental that my.
Oh, okay.
My nameplate's are
No,
off.
it's fine.
You can
I
look at my
actually
stream
don't
view.
care. No, it's fine. I don't
I
actually
do.
care. I'm just kidding around.
Yeah.
I was gonna go ahead and continue what you're doing. I have something I'm gonna inform you of afterwards. So.
Okay, so I was basically saying, let's end the session. In short.
Okay. I think going home and sleeping on this would be the good idea. But I'd like to meet with you very first thing before most operations get started tomorrow to make sure that we have
And Xenon.
a plan, because the situation and Xenon. Oh, Xenon needs to be completely caught up. But the situation in the Undercity right now with weaponized magic is just I can't think of anything that would be a higher priority.
Well.
So, let's go sleep on that and, try to not have nightmares of faces melting in our sleep. Sweet dreams.
Have a good night.
Alright.
No.
Unseen.